Right, we are streaming live. I'm just going to give Logan like 5 minutes to show himself, and if he doesn't, we'll just start without him.
He doesn't make it a bingo!
Haha.
Yeah, me too.
Ooh.
We are horrible people.
Free space.
Everyone has their bingo card, right?
Oh yeah, I have it somewhere. But
Can probably find something while we wait. Make a bingo.
Minutes to show himself.
I'm sorry, I've been too busy to be able to make a bingo card. I wanted to, but you know.
my head edge crashed.
It's alright, you don't have to make a bingo card, it was just a bit of fun.
Let's see.
No, you have to have a bingo card.
Was it? There it is. There you are.
Um,
I guarantee you that he's forgotten that it's today. Or that he thinks it's in an hour's time or something. Oh wow, Pablo, you're gonna definitely ace that bingo card.
I'm just using the same one as the other time.
If Pablo even gets a single potential, you win.
I'm just using this one again until it works.
Kageaki gets punched right after teleporting. I don't think Pillowman becomes an angle.
That's the joke.
Yeah, usually it becomes a devil, but it's a he now.
Yeah. Also, Dice withholds important argument-ending information, not for absolutely no reason, but because
Drama.
it's better for the game.
In universe, it's for absolutely no reason.
In universe, it's because he's an angsty teenagey kid that doesn't want to share.
He's not angsty. It's because he's idealistic.
That's one way of putting it.
And not it's also to be more what's the genre appropriate. This isn't a simulation. We're not trying to simulate something. We're trying to craft a story. So for the story, sometimes you need to make sacrifices to stay genre appropriate.
Like a second. That ship sailed. I did have a precious inner demon image. I have to find it.
I'm just gonna put this. Yeah.
I feel like this is very fitting music actually for the session, just because you're going to go investigate that scientist base camp thing. All right, well, we'll kick things off because Logan didn't show.
Damn it.
So whoever has that on their bingo card, you can feel free to tick it off.
Lovely. He's going to be staring menacingly.
Okay, so previously on Digimon Vortex for Ivo's sense of mind, we entered the Dark Zone. It was a very shitty place to live, completely barren, devoid of life, dead trees, sandstorms, hungry Digimon who were just trying to get by and survive and were very desperate. You guys, well, Sonia had a premonition about Vandermon's castle or Vandermon's mansion, which actually had like a grass garden and was like properly built and whatnot. And you decided that you'd infiltrate the castle to see what was up and confront Vandermon for taking the wealth away from everybody. You did that. There was some shenanigans in the garden where you found out that Woodmon and Cherrymon was sort of being held not against their will per se, but they don't want to be there.
Yes.
And so they were more than happy to let you into the mansion and use their Alraumon friends to cover the eyes of the floating Eyesmon around the castle. You snuck in. There was some more shenanigans with some Candlemon from Witchenly, who you tried to set free from a chandelier but ended up setting the place on fire instead.
Whoopsie.
But after that, you eventually made your way into Vandermon's dining area where he served you a gourmet meal, which none of you touched. How dare you? And you sort of discussed the situation. And Zachary had several words about how Myotismon was a pretentious dickhead, basically. But essentially the situation is Myotismon has a lot of bits because he was a general for the previous Dark Lord boss person in the dark area before everything went tits up when the Vortex Warriors sealed it away. They're currently the denizens of the Dark Zone are currently providing him with bits to seal away a dark unknown force. There's apparently a monster that is sealed in his basement, and he also has all the food because he has the only living garden thanks to Woodmon and Cherrymons who are employed beneath him. And he does feed all of his employees. It's just the people that don't want to work with him that go starving. He's agreed that he will feed everybody in his domain. It's not the entire Dark Zone, just his domain. So long as you get rid of the pesky humans who have just appeared in the Dark Zone out of nowhere and are causing some mayhem. So that's what you're going to do now. In the after scenes credits, we did see a shot of that base, and it was Kagiyaki's father and a group of military and scientific looking people that have come to the digital world in search of you guys, I assume. So that's where we left off. I think we'll say that you've left Myotismon's castle at this point, unless you guys have anything extra you wanted to do in that situation. And you guys have started heading out towards the base, the scientific base that they've set up in the dark area that Myotismon sort of pointed you towards and said go. So you've started making your way through the dark area. It's still barren and horrible and more wastelandish, and you notice on your way that as you get deeper and deeper into the Dark Zone, it seems there are much larger shadows of Digimon who are like following you. It seems that as you get deeper, the power level of Digimon there get higher as survival of the fittest kicks in, I assume. But you eventually come over this sort of mountain of junk and scrap metal and see at the bottom of this this rather large hill is what looks almost like a makeshift human fortress. So they have this. They have like military guards with guns patrolling the outskirts. They have these big crosswire metal fences with what are those things called? The like little spiky things on the top that prevent you from climbing over them. I've forgotten what they're called.
Barbed wires?
Yeah, barbed wires. Yeah, they have barbed wires along the top. There are these giant white dome-like tents that they've set up. There are some trucks there, but they seem pretty dead. They don't have anyone driving them or anything. They're just kind of there. And you can see from the top of the hill there's also a bunch of cargo crates that are like lining up the place. There's also a ton of people in like white lab coats, like walking around doing different things in the base. What do you guys do? What's your first instinct when you see the human base? Also, with the idea that some things have been following you.
Humans. So, what should we do? Should we say hi? Should we oh gosh.
Fuck. I turn around towards the shadows and go like, you probably want to stop following us now.
Following us?
I don't think it's a good idea for you to keep following us, considering what we're about to do.
So, I think when you say that out loud, they kind of feel like the jig is up. And you see two wolf-like Digimon emerge from the shadows. It seems like there's two Gururumon here that have been following you. They look incredibly hungry. And they also look incredibly well-fed and beefy.
What?
Yeah, they look like they've just had a nice snack on a nearby Digimon.
Neat.
Survival of the fittest and all.
I won't pry.
And I think one of them pipes up and says, "We'll stop following you. Just leave behind that tasty snack on your shoulder. Yeah, leave behind that tasty snack."
What this snack? Do we still have those?
What are they referring to?
They're referring to Dorumon.
Oh shit!
That is not happening, just shoo.
Pardon, sorry?
Shoo.
Shoot.
Go.
Shoot, go. Yeah, I don't think they're going to leave without something. They have been telling you for quite a while, waiting for an opportune moment to strike. They thought they were being incredibly stealthy, but like your visor picked them up almost instantly, Kageyaki. Like these two just want to keep eating, basically.
So I'll put it this way: we're about to approach a group of people that, if they see you, will probably fill you full of holes.
They sort of scowl at that, and they're like, "You mean those things down there? Those weird things with this fire metal and they captured everyone. They captured all our food."
Huh.
Because that's what you need to be concerned about. Yes, we're about to go there, and we're not particularly interested in feeding you guys, since you look to be doing better than most around here anyway.
No, so
And if you try anything funny, we're going to unfortunately have to beat you up. And we'd rather save you the pain. So how about you just scoot away and leave us alone?
I'll hatch you a deal. Free the
No.
Digimon in that base so that we can have our hunting grounds again. Or we can happily eat your friends.
I still have just a
Is
bit
there some
of
part?
snack.
Is there some part of you that does not understand this current situation? you are in no position to ask us to do anything.
They don't understand their current position. They see 5 very vulnerable-looking humans and their rookie-level Digimon. They don't realize you're Digidestined and can have your Digimon Digivolve or anything. You basically have to jump on them if you want to start something here.
Right. Well,
But
anyway,
they're basically just asking you, like, you know, free all the Digimon from that base and we'll be good.
You want us to free them
just,
so you
just
can...
actually, just a second, gang.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then Tyson turns to the rest of you, like huddling up, as one does. Should we do something about them anyway? They don't really seem like to be very useful for the current situation of this land. So should we just clean them up anyway?
I feel
Like
like
a
that would be
huge
hunting
threat.
ghouls for the sake of hunting ghouls.
Well,
I'm just thinking that if we're going to free all the Digimon anyway, which we're going to do, and then all just so that these two, douchebags can, then kill them and eat them, it doesn't really seem like a very good thing to do.
I agree, but
Maybe we could run them out of here, like scare them away.
Kind of their only way of eating. I haven't seen a single fucking farm around here.
Plus, these two jackasses look like they've been eating for at least 10 other Digimon, so they're kind of warping the current ecosystem here a bit.
Mm.
Wait, didn't they look like they were starving but had just found something to eat?
Yeah, exactly.
That if they look like they're starving, they don't look like they're shifting the ecosystem.
I think they were looking like they've currently eaten everything they can, and they're basically gluttonous, not like they're a bunch of stuff to death.
They're constantly hungry and looking for more to eat because, as they see it, it's survival of the fittest, and they're eating all the rookie level Digimon so they can get bigger and stronger and start to pull their weight around here.
well, the place kind of it's a rough area to live in, so I don't really want to see them as bad guys necessarily. But there's humans that came around, right?
They just tried to extort us and have us feed them Doremon so they'd leave us alone.
Well, yes, but the problem is there's no food around here, and my point is,
Well, there's there's a lot of food around here because these two doofuses keep eating everything for themselves.
No, there's no food anywhere in general, actually.
I mean, there's no food anywhere, not
I didn't-
because these guys are eating it for themselves. They're literally eating other Digimon. They're that hungry.
Yeah, there would be more food if they weren't there.
Yeah, I
There
mean,
would be more
guess.
Digimon if they weren't there.
But
But
someone
food-
else would have eaten that rookie Digimon if not that.
but what I meant was, humans came into this world somehow, right? So we could bring food for them from over our place, right? We can help everybody without needing to punch them up.
I mean, that's
Okay,
the
this is starting to
plan.
get complicated. All right, let's
Yeah, it is
get
complicated.
let's
Thank you
get
for noticing.
Let's get back on track.
let's get back to it. Okay, so the two of you, we have an excellent deal for you. Get out of here, or you're gonna regret it.
Can I evolve Doremon? Like, I'm pretty sure champion Dort Evolution is a freebie until at this point.
Yeah, the champion evolution's always a freebie.
Okay, so I snap my fingers to and evolve him.
I think the Garurumon sort of back off when they see it just instantly evolve at the snap of your fingers, and they sort of like, one of them looks to the other and says, "Boss, I think that's a Digidestined." It's like,
Yeah,
not
thanks for
assuming-
noticing.
and then he whispers back to the guy. He's like, Should we retreat or should we eat them? They gotta have tons of bits, right? They're famous.
Oh God, you idiots!
Love,
I, rea-
you cannot do that, and this is not the limit.
I realize it's the first time we didn't go around like proclaiming very loudly that we were the Digitestins, so listen up.
True, fair enough. Anyway, you two idiots, you're no match for us. So I'm sure that you can understand that it's not worth it. So just get out of here. Get out of here, Shu. You'll have to go hungry for a bit more. So go away.
Could you roll to provoke them?
I'd rather not, but sure, I'll
Yes, do it. You were the
Come on,
one.
come on, dude. It's like free potential, man. Nothing bad, right?
Yeah. Let's see. Am I under any condition? I'm not even under any conditions. Wow. There we go. And
Lovely.
free potential.
Nice.
Once
So
it
yeah,
goes
they.
to the-
I don't think that they take your deal. I think they foolishly think, well, they can only evolve to the champion level, right? And we're champion level, so we can totally take him. And
There's 5 of us.
not very
Actually, one
smart.
of us is kind of floating away at this point. That's Zach. Zach, how are you flying?
Yes,
Zach-
my friends,
Zach,
it
like-
is I.
like the Gururumon start like circling you guys, and you just
Oh,
like
no,
see
like-
Zach there T-posing menacingly at them, staring them down.
He's like a full half foot above the ground as well.
But they start slowly pacing around you, growling, waiting for an opening. And then one of them pounces and heads straight for Kagayaki. Not Sanglupmon, Kagayaki himself. What do you guys all do?
Kind of smart.
Touch to tackle Kagayaki out of the way.
How good am I at casting spells at this point? Against the fireball?
You can cast Fireball.
I cast fireball.
So which one is it? Is Taisto tackling you out of the way, or are you casting Fireball? Which one are we going with?
Both. Explode Taisto.
He has a giant ass fucking wolf covering him, so you know, kind of hard to tackle. Unless Taisto actually wants to tackle through the tail, through the claw blades.
The what?
The claw blades of Sanlupmon.
I'm a bit fuzzy on where you're supposed to be situated at the moment.
So you guys are currently on top of a giant pile of junk.
Wow.
And the Gururumon are slightly lower than you. They're sort of circling around the mid area of the junk pile. One of them's pouncing.
So we have
upwards
the high
towards you.
ground.
You have the high ground.
We're basically invincible.
Yeah, but Elisa the Kagayaki is basically behind Sanglupmon or something like that. That's what I meant.
So I'm assuming that Sanglupmon's in front of Kagayaki, right?
It's like
So between Garurumon and Kagayaki.
It's between one of the Gururumon and Kagayaki. They've sort of split up and they've started circling around you. So one of them's like... They're not next to each other, if that makes sense.
Okay. Instead of tackling Kagayaki in that case, I think Ghostmon is going to evolve to Flame Wizardmon and punch the attacking Garurumon in the face as it tries to attack Kagayaki. Yeah, that's what it's going to do.
Roll to defend.
Thank you.
by the way, if I am being pounced and retaliate, does that mean I'm under fire?
Yes, you're under fire because someone's attacking
Lovely.
you. Why? What does... you have that move
I
where you're
can't-
dramatically under fire, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's that move?
I cannot help, I think. And I roll savior instead of reckless to engage.
Ah, okay, that's working directly engaging. Okay, that's fine.
On it, so you don't gain another potential. Ah.
No, so that I can actually fucking fight.
So yeah, Taisto rolled a 13, so he protects. Flame Wizardmon protects Kagyaki. He punches Gururumon in the face.
Yeah.
And
So
it sort of rolls down the jump pile.
Yeah.
Well, I was in the middle of going pew pew, so do I go pew pew anyways?
Yeah, you can roll to.
Anyways, then I started blasting.
Roll to. What are you trying to do with this fireball? Are you trying to like hurt them, scare them away? Like, what's your goal with this fireball?
Well, he was punching me, so I was basically targeting him to boo. Now it will probably deal more damage.
So you're just wanting to do damage. In that case,
I wanted to basically put it in his way. But if he's no longer pouncing, it will probably just attack instead.
okay. So roll to directly engage a threat. Do so with disadvantage because you're a human against a champion level Digimon.
That feels so weird, like he just got slapped silly and I am attacking him while he's vulnerable, but I roll with disadvantage anyways and he'll just snap back into action and retaliate, but I don't also get my moves. So what the fuck, how does it work?
So
You're a human.
You're a
That's how it
human.
works.
if you're a human, you're essentially a rookie Digimon in terms of power level. If you are attacking someone.
Yeah, but it feels like the savior actually made it worse.
Why would the savior have made it worse?
The defend somehow made it harder for me to attack him.
I mean, the savior just took you out of danger. You would have still been at roll with disadvantage if you were to directly engage him while he attacked you.
Yeah, so nothing changed.
What changed is that you didn't get hurt in the process.
But I'm going to get hurt now anyways, and it's actually a worse roll now. That's what's so confusing about this. It's a net negative somehow.
Fine. Look, the
I
threat's
just-
gone. Like, it's been
Like I
pushed
just
out of the
cancelled
way.
the cast.
What? Sorry.
I just cancelled the casting.
Okay. Whatever.
So basically, what the difference is here is that now the Garurumon is actually not an active threat. So you going after it with a fireball is different from you protecting yourself with a fireball. Situation changed.
It doesn't matter. We'll continue. Sorry. Yeah. So the Garurumon rolls down the trash pile after being hit in the head by Flame Wizardmon. It steadies itself on all fours, growls and snaps, and it starts charging up what looks to be some kind of black flame in its mouth. What's your
You've got
next
to be
move?
kidding with me.
What's your next move? I want to hear from Sonia and Pablo because we haven't heard from them yet.
I must skip on the music.
Sorry, my microphone wasn't working. The Gurumon's charging some sort of like fire attack, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I got that right. So I guess Gazimon could evolve to Dark Tyrannomon and try and throw a flame attack back while he's charging.
Cool. So you Digivolve into Dark Tyrannomon. Roll to directly engage a threat.
Sure, that was what stat? Sorry.
Reckless.
Alright, that's alright. It's a 0.
If anyone wants to assist, you can add a team.
Oh, nice.
Oh, 10. Sweet. Never mind. So on a 10, pick 2 of the options.
No
You either-
potential, sadly.
I'm sorry?
No potential, sadly.
Yeah. Soon.
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 Soon. Yes, which two options do you
Oh,
pick?
by
So
the
you
way,
can either...
sorry,
Sorry, go ahead.
sorry to interrupt. I rolled 13 on my save.
Oh yeah,
I'd
yeah. So you
like
need
yeah.
to pick one of the options as well. Sorry, I completely missed that.
I'll take influence over Kagayaki, please. Thank
Okay,
you.
sure. Yeah, you have influence over Kakiaki. Didn't you already have influence over Kakiaki, or is that already gone?
That's gone on.
Oh, I
this one,
didn't
yeah,
have-
had influence
yeah.
over me.
Okay, cool. Never mind.
This is new.
Okay, yeah, so Ivo, pick two of the options. You can either resist or avoid their blows, take something important from them, create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. You can pick two.
Suppose I'm like impressing the Garurumon while also creating an opportunity for like the others to attack.
Okay, so just bear in mind if you didn't pick resist or avoid their blows, that means you're going to get hit by like, the fire.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that?
I sure am.
Okay, cool. So do you want to describe what that looks like then?
Well, while Garumon's charging the flame attack, Darktown throws fireball, goes and into Garurumon essentially, which kind of knocks him to the side a bit, impressing him, and then he quickly charges a smaller blow to throw at Dark Shaman.
Cool. Okay, yeah, sure. So he shoots out a small fireball back at that Tyrannomon.
Yeah,
Could you
which
mark?
he doesn't need to charge.
Could you mark a condition? I'm gonna say
Alright.
you
Probably
mark probably angry.
Yeah, probably angry. That works.
And the Garurumon remarks like, "I heard the Digidestin was strong. I didn't expect this kind of resistance." And then you see, like from the other side of the trash pile, another of the Garurumon jumps into the air and starts pouncing down towards the back of Flame Wizardmon.
Third one?
Shit.
There are two of them.
Apparently.
Can I roll to defend Flower Jalmon?
Sure, how do you do that?
I have a lovely little vampire wolf who can teleport on top of the leaping. Is it Gururumon? Not Garurumon, Gururumon.
Yeah, Garurumon.
On top of the Gururumon and like stab it in the limbs.
Sure, roll to defend then.
Right, let me see.
Where did the music go?
I have
I-
no clue.
I looped, but
That's a 12?
Nice. Okay, so pick one of the options. You get to either add a team to the pool, take influence over Flame Wizardmon, or clear a condition.
Over Flame Wizard, well, that's oddly specific.
Well, it's who you're defending.
Not me. Right. Okay.
It's Flame
Yeah,
Wizard.
that's the weird part.
I
Usually
don't
we
think
just...
I don't think we've ever used like the partner Digimon like influences. Shouldn't it be me?
I mean, we can make it you if you'd like. It's just you take influence over whoever you protect. It's just no one's ever protected like the Digimon themselves before.
That's not true. Surely that's not true.
But yeah, go ahead. Make it
I don't-
Taisto. Take influence over Taisto. You guys are like intrinsically linked because you're partners and whatnot. So
I am going to be doing that.
okay, and you keep Flame Wizardmon and by extension Taisto safe. What does that actually look like when it happens? So you said you teleported above it and stabbed it, but then what?
I teleport above it, stab it in the limbs with the glow blades and drive it to the ground, basically.
Cool. So you like drive it into the trash pile, and there's like sharp pieces of plastic and metal and shrapnel that shoot out when you land in the pile, and you injure the Gururumon as you land in the pile. And this makes
Yay!
the other one sort of a little bit scared because his friend is down, and he starts sort of backing down the trash pile mountain, like while maintaining eye contact with you guys, he's slowly backing away. What do you guys do?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was more violent than I wanted, so please fuck off.
So you're not gonna give chase or anything. He can get away. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I do prefer not
Sure.
to fucking butcher people when I have the option.
Cool. So he slowly backs away down the trash pile mountain, and he yells out, "See you later, loser!" His friend, "Survival of the fittest, baby!" And starts running across the dark zone away from you guys. And he's like, he says he yells out about being back, and he'll come back stronger and take his revenge and all that kind of stuff. Empty threats, really, in this zone.
Please don't!
But
To be honest, that was all.
he runs away across the dark area, leaving his friend to your whims.
Okay,
I was
I'm pretty sure
expecting-
his
I- and
friend
I will-
is having trouble moving right now.
Well, I mean, we're not going to do anything about it, but or anything to him. So, but hey, Kagayaki, thanks for the save.
Yeah, same. It was either
Yeah.
you helping me or me scorching its face off, so that was a preferable outcome.
Anyway, what should we do about this doofus? And tries to like tugs the or bumps the Gururumon with his foot.
He growls at you as you do that.
Oh, calm down, you sissy.
You have a vampire wolf above your head. I advise you not to actually try and bite. Ow!
Hey, it's Fred! Fred is back!
That's
Yay!
so loud!
And
Oh,
That was so loud!
Wait, I thought Fred was dead.
Fred.
Why is Fred
long
alive?
time no see, buddy.
God.
we have Fred!
Oh, that was
Surprise attack.
100%. Ah, that was 5 times as loud as it should have been. Jesus Christ.
So yeah, we switched back to the old one because Fred 2 fucked off. So
I mean, the old one was better anyway.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he growls at you when you kick him in the nose, and he's like, "Just finish me already. I lost fair
We're
and
not
square.
gonna do that!
You Digidestined are here to purge the land of evil and
not
darkness, right?
again.
That's just code for virus Digimon, right?
Oh, you dumbass.
No, we're here to purge the land from darkness and evil, not necessarily virus attribute Digimon.
My partner is a
Don't do
virus.
that.
Very
Look at
offensive.
all of
My
you.
God, come on, how dare you?
He sort of tries to shuffle free from the stabby wounds in his back, but can't really move. And he's like, "Look, we just want our food back. We've had to resort to killing our own recently just to survive. They took everything. Those humans, we thought you were with them. We thought you were going to take even more Digimon from us. So when we saw you had some with you, we thought, time for a quick meal. It's nothing personal. It's just...
I get that. Well, we are not really sure what the other humans are doing here, but if they're bothering everyone, we'll try to tell them to go away. So we'll save us from them too.
You don't
An
understand.
educated guess on what they're doing here.
We Garurumon are quick and merciless when we kill and absorb bits. What they're doing in that base sounds horrible. You hear the howls of Digimon inside for all night long. It's haunting.
Well, we are here to put a stop to that, so I guess you're in luck. But it doesn't mean that you can just murder and eat whatever we happen to save.
But then how do we survive? There's no food in this place.
About it.
Well, as you happen to mention it, there is a Digimon out there, roughly in that direction, and Dice points it towards the direction of Vamdamon's castle, who is going to be actually taking very good care of you guys if you go there once we deal with these humans. So, you know, how about you don't murder anyone else and you go bother him instead?
He
Yeah,
contemplates
this-
that a second, and he's just like, "How much food we talking?"
Well, there was a huge table full of it, so
Have to survive. Don't
All right,
be picky.
I'll go check it out.
Don't be greedy.
I'll see if I can have some food and not have to hunt for any more. It's not like I enjoy killing Digimon. It's just the way things are here. You either kill or you be killed.
I also
Well,
got
this
the
time
angle of,
neither happened. So count your blessings and get out of here before things go ugly with the humans over there.
I grabbed the floating away Zack by the ankle and asked him to have his Scutumon close the wounds a bit.
Cool. So yeah, you use Zachary as a healing battery. And heal the stab wounds in his back, and then let the Gururumon run off towards Vandamon's mansion.
Alright. Now time for the bunch of kids to walk up to the military base. What could possibly go wrong? Oh yeah, also one of the lead researchers is my dad in there, so again, you know, that's that.
Wait, do we know that? Or is it in universe? Do we know that, or was that out of character?
I think Vandamon showed you a illusion hologram of the
Yeah, he
place
did.
you were going, and you saw Kageyaki's father there.
yeah, but do we know
Right,
it's his
of course.
father? Like,
It's my father.
fair
Oh.
point.
He's seriously asking if I recognize my father.
No, we, as in us, the other ones,
That's why
Have
I
we?
told you just now.
just now.
Oh,
So we didn't know it till just now. Your father is here? What?
Yeah.
Oh, oh.
oh, that.
What they said about? Oh no.
Where is it?
I tried not to react in front of Vandemon since he was hiding his card, so I'm going to hide mine.
Oh man. Well,
I guess that's
hope
smart,
he can
but-
help us.
Probably here to get us home. Probably. I hope. Either that or the invading. I'm going to take the former.
Yes. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. Yes. Let's go see your dad then.
Yeah.
So you head towards the military base. Do you go head on towards the guards, or do you like try and sneak your way in, or is it just like you're gonna go up and go, "Hey, we're humans, let us in" type thing?
Probably that.
I feel like stealth.
I mean, as a reminder, these are like. Oh right, of course. Sorry, these are the military from Finland. So
Yeah,
as
don't
we
be
are
focused on
all
side, I
Finnish
assume.
citizens, they exist to help us. So of course they're the good guys.
I think.
So
the military is never the good guy in any show. That's not how it works, my guy.
I mean, it is the Finnish
of course it is,
military.
but we're Finns, so I think we're pretty safe. We just walk in.
But do they know that?
I
Do they know that
can't
we're
imagine
Finnish?
the Finnish military having done many war crimes, to be honest.
What?
I can't imagine the Finnish military having committed enough war crimes to worry about them.
Anyway, we should be relatively safe getting going there. Just straight up walking. They're not going to shoot on sight, most likely.
Yeah, yes, most likely.
Alright. Here goes.
Okay, so
Yes,
you
so-
guys approach the border. Are your Digimon still at their champion forms, or are you going to devolve them down?
Did we even show the Digimon?
I think we would devolve them because there's no reason to keep them in that form.
I can't
That
imagine a giant
depends.
T-Rex being very friendly.
That actually depends. How do we handle constantly evolving and devolving?
What do you mean? How do we handle it?
Does it matter? Should we take it into account when deciding things, or is it just a freebie?
So it matters for things like other people's perceptions of you and the permissions that you have. If you approach the guards with a ginormous T-Rex, it's different from if you're approaching the guards with a little teddy bear, if that makes sense.
So I was thinking more so on the basis of getting tired from evolving and devolving all the time.
Oh, but yeah, I'm not doing stuff like that. That's just
Okay, I think
boring
it's
fluff.
adjustable.
Like unless it's like a consequence from a role that I say that you're too tired to evolve. That's never the case.
Then we just evolve, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So you approach the guards with your rookie level Digimon, which makes you look a lot less threatening. They see children coming down the trash pile, and their first instinct is, one of them like radios something in on their like shoulder pad walkie-talkie thing that they have, and then the other one starts approaching you. And as he sees like Dorumon, Gazimon, Pillowmon, like the little monsters, he slowly he seems a bit on edge and raises his gun. He doesn't aim at you guys, but he's like just a bit nervous about them. And he's like, "We found you. You're here. Oh, that's perfect. We can keep you safe now. You're." And he starts approaching you, and like he wants to take you into the fortress himself. And
Things are going on.
he says he like aims the gun at like each rookie Digimon in turn, and he's like, not these guys. Who are these creatures, and why are they with you? We need to make sure they're not controlling you in any way before we get in. This base is highly secretive, and we don't want any of these monsters getting inside.
That's fine. We can stay outside then.
What?
We can stay outside.
Shh.
That's not an option, kid. We came to this digital
I
world
mean,
looking specifically for 5, 10 to 15-year-old children, and here you guys are.
5.
Oh yeah, he
Six?
makes Zach, down, boy.
Yeah, 5. There's Kageaki, there's Pablo, there's Sonia, there's Taisto, and there's Zachary. 5.
Actually, there's at least 2 more people.
Just. What about Einari?
Or Paul.
He exists.
He doesn't know anything about this Einari person. He said that he's here to find a Kageaki Benta, a Sonia I can't say your last name. Sorry, Villainen. I'm gonna botch that. Villainen.
Sonja Vilvainen.
I always say Villanelle for some reason in my head, but it doesn't have an L in it. It's just Villainen. Yeah, he basically lists off all of your names, and he's like, I don't have an Einari on the list. And I don't think that he even cares about the teacher. Like, it seems like he's literally just here to collect the children. Like, he doesn't even mention your teacher that went missing.
Okay, my guy. So, quick rundown. There's also that Einari guy and our teacher Peter something, who are also missing in action right now. And these guys, and I put my head on my hand on Dormon's head, have been basically our lifeline and the only reason we've survived this long. So they are coming in with us.
They're our friends.
Yeah, I'm not leaving him. I'm not leaving Gassy out here. It's too dangerous.
Complicated otherworld bullshit. We're basically partners.
Could you roll to provoke them to sort of persuade them that it's okay to let these Digimon in? They're very cautious because they seem to have been either attacked by Digimon or some other reason.
Remind me.
That's what you get for not being chosen.
The
That's okay.
help can come after the roll, right?
Yeah, the help can come after the roll. We changed that rule
Okay.
recently.
Well, no need
10.
for.
Sorry, was that the roll? That was the 10 the roll? Sorry, I didn't see.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
cool.
2d6 plus 1 goes superior.
Okay, so yeah, you convinced them. They're just happy enough that they found all the children so quickly, and especially because you're among them, Kageaki. As you're walking down towards the base, and he's sort of accepted that these Digimon can come in. He's like remarking about how you're a boy genius, and now that we've got 2 eventers on the team, we can start finding a way home and all this kind of stuff.
Wait, oh.
Yeah, he mentions that because you're here, you'll be able to help them get home. So
Oh my
apparently,
fucking
they're
god, I
stuck
thought
here.
you opened up a portal yourselves.
We did. The moment we stepped through here, all power was lost, and the portal shut behind us.
Oh
Hmm.
my god.
Something's blocking electrical signals in this place. We're getting by with the backup generators that we brought with us, but it's not a lot left. We've been experimenting on the paracritters in this dimension, and having them generate
They're called
energy for us.
Digimon.
Well, we call them paracritters, kids.
What?
You're wrong.
So try not to say any racist remarks in front of our team. Thank you very much.
Racist?
Yes.
How is he racist?
So as a note, Bulbasaur had to leave because his power cut off. So.
Oh, okay. Well, we can continue and
Oh,
assume that
wait a sec,
Pablo's
wait a
doing
sec.
Pablo things.
Perfect. That is actually perfect. Technical difficulties.
Oh, yeah, right. I do have that.
Yeah, Monkey
funny
Bingo
question.
cards for technical difficulties. Yeah, he basically says that they've been shut into the digital world and they're using the paracritters to help power generators for them.
Power creatures. Ah, that sounds so. Oh,
Yeah, it's not a very good look, to be honest.
oh man.
But he eventually leads you into the base, and he leads you into this big white bubble dome tent. And inside, you see a man in a lab coat with a team of various other people with lab coats. But this man is Kageyaki's father. Kageaki, could you describe what your dad looks like for everybody?
That's a very good question. So, obviously he's an older Kagayaki because father. I'm going to have his hair be long and give him some thick glasses. And the obvious lab coat as well.
Okay. And what kind of hairstyle are we talking about? Is he like in a long ponytail, or is it like just down long type thing?
Long, straight.
Long and straight. Okay, cool. So yeah, he's currently like talking over some plans with some other scientists, and he has his back to you, but you can instantly recognize your father from the back. What's your reaction to seeing your dad after so long, Kageaki?
Oh, boy. Hi, Dad.
He like raises his head and turns around, and he like sees you there. From the flashbacks, just so I get this right, from the flashbacks, it seemed like you and your father weren't super close in terms of relationships. It was more you were intellectually close. Am I right in thinking that? Or
They were very supportive of my brilliance, but he's a head scientist, so he's basically always busy. We don't exactly... We like each other, we love each other, but we barely actually meet.
You rarely actually what, sorry? Meet?
We rarely actually get to meet because he's always busy.
Okay, so would he be very fatherly towards you, or would he be more like impersonal towards you? Like, what sort of relationship do you have when you're together?
Given the situation, he'd probably be really, really fucking relieved.
Okay, so his first reaction is he turns around and sees you. he says, "Kagiaki, you're safe," and he like grabs you in his arms and gives you a big hug. And he hasn't given you a hug in years. He's like, "Your mother will be so relieved. Oh, I found my son after so long." And he looks over your shoulders and sees the other kids, and he's like, "And I see you kept everyone safe too. I'd expect nothing less of my brilliant son." He
Did my best.
He eventually lets go with his vice grip and corrects his glasses on his nose and says, "So, what do you think of the place?" And he like waves an arm around his little military camp scientific base, and he's like, "We've been wanting to come to parallel worlds for years, and we're finally able to, and we get stuck. The paracritters here, they've been very useful to our research, but also to keep the power running."
They're called Digimon, in case you care.
Digimon, you say? How can you know their names? Did you come
we
up with that
can talk.
yourselves?
We can talk to
Thank
them.
God, they can't talk. They can't communicate.
Oh.
Okay. So basically we have these things, and I pull out the Digivice, and they translate Digimon talk to our language, and our language to Digimon talk. And you not having those explains the situation, actually. God damn it.
So he sees this Digivice, and he's like, "Where did you get this from?" And he sort of, he doesn't snatch it off of you, but he like takes it from you and like inspects it, and he's like, "This is such advanced technology." And he's like observing like the side of it to see where it's like seamed together, and you can see there's no screws or bolts or anything. There's just like some ports and wiring and stuff that you can like attach to different devices.
Be careful with it, it's kind of our lifeline.
Whoopsie!
Whoops, drops it in his drink. No. He's like, "So you're telling me this is some sort of communication device, and it translates our speech into theirs? All we've been able to do is hear those creatures and their extremely strange digitized voice noises. We've been studying them in our laboratories. Their physiology is nothing like anything we've ever seen before. They seem to be purely constructed out of some sort of energy."
About that.
Studying how?
Yes.
Sorry, say that again.
Studying how exactly? Because we haven't heard pretty things.
Important distinction, they are very sapient.
"Allow me to show you. I'll take you on a tour," he says. And he's like, "Kagiaki, you will be extremely excited about the breakthroughs we've been making studying these Digimon." He like escorts you to towards the center of the complex that they've created, and he takes you into a sort of larger, more robust area that seems to have been it's got craters along the outside to reinforce it, so not much can get through to it, but it is another tent within like the box of craters that they've makeshiftly made, and inside it's actually a ginormous tent. It would be as big as maybe like a 2-story house kind of size tent, and inside the first thing you hear is lots of bubbling, and it's this green liquid running through some tubes, and the second thing you notice is these large pods that have Digimon inside, various Digimon from the dark area that are in these sort of stasis pods, and those, they have tubes from the pods, and they're sort of meeting at a point in the middle, and there's sort of like this weird conglomerate blob thing there at the moment. And he said, "We've been studying the Digimon and their physiology, and they seem to be made up of some kind of energy, and if we can combine them, we can maybe use that energy to create some sort of field to reopen the portal back home. And on top of that, create some form of protection while we're here. We have been attacked by numerous Digimon, as you put them, since we got here. And if we can create something scary enough to get rid of them, well,
that's- no.
Pause there. Okay. So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt since you've been completely unable to communicate with them. But they are the inhabitants of this world and they are very much people. So Jesus Christ.
I'm not bringing Piloman, or if did we bring Digimon?
Donomon's always next to me.
yeah, you brought your Digimon with you.
Oh. So I'm gonna cover Piloman's eyes the moment we enter the room because holy shit!
Who knows where
Basically,
Ghostmon is?
basically doing human experimentation.
I mean, even if they were on the intelligence level of animals, this would be fucked up.
Yeah. I'm gonna try
Don't you have a heart?
Is there a way to unplug these things that I can see? Anyway, a brick somewhere.
It's very confusing machinery. If you were to break it, there's no guarantee that it wouldn't hurt the Digimon inside.
So yeah, please turn that thing off.
He says, I know that it's not humane, but we had to make strides and progress, and these aliens attacked us, and we were trapped here. We needed some form of new technology and invention and innovation to try and get home, as well as to locate you, save your lives.
At the time, but now things are different. Turn that thing off.
I will power down the machine, don't worry. It just takes some time. We have to empty the fluid tubes, otherwise it could damage the creatures inside. We didn't want to harm them as much as the experiments have been. It's just we need their energy to get home. If we can find another power source, then perfect, but this place is barren and there's no life here. I'm surprised you guys managed to survive for so long with no food, no water, no light. It's so dark here.
Actually, think of this more like a desert. You're basically in the worst possible place to be in this plane. There's complicated sociology behind everything. We'll explain later.
Sonia is just gonna leave the room right now. I don't think she could just stay in front of those tubes for very long.
Yeah, you should do that.
Things
are complicated. We know things. We can talk things out after you turn this off. Jesus Christ.
Cool. So he instructs some of his scientific underlings to start dismantling and turning off the machine, and that they'll have to find another way because these Digimon are intelligent and they didn't realize, and they thought they were just alien monsters basically.
It would still be unethical. That's not an excuse.
It's unethical, but it was their only form of survival. They needed a way to generate warmth and light and water and food and electricity to sort of do everything they need to do in this place. They were being ruthless, but it was a necessary precaution they had to take.
But how long have they been there, actually?
How long have they been, in the tubes?
In the digital world, the humans, I mean...
I don't think they've been there very long. I think they've been there maybe a few weeks. But they've basically just done what they can to survive and to set up a way to go and find you. This is all in an effort to save you guys. But now they're trapped in the digital world, and so they had to set up a way to survive, and so they needed constant power. And so they're using the Digimon as a power source to generate new technology, to study them, and to also create some sort of deterrent to the Digimon that are attacking them. But yeah, he instructs one of his underlings to start dismantling the machine and whatnot, and it's this man with slicked black hair and a big sort of, what's the word, like the curliest mustache, like a Poirot mustache.
That's fucking dumb.
And he's got like big shady spectacles on, and he's like, he gives a very ominous like, "Yes, sir, I'll turn off the machine. Don't you worry about it." He's like,
Jesus.
I didn't like that.
That sounds like Caramon.
He's like, "All right, good job. We'll find another way to get home. Don't worry." And he like pats him on the shoulder and steps out with you guys. Sonia, you said you'd already left. Did anybody go with Sonia to comfort her? Because she left because she was uncomfortable with the sight of Digimon being effectively tortured.
Yeah, Pablo and Zach came with me.
Yeah, they're just sat next to you, T-posing.
Do not worry, friend.
Them to relax.
T-post will claim us all.
Big pages.
They just look at you and they're like, "You're next, Sonia. You will join the T-pose." No.
Team pose.
Yeah. So
Anyway, I think after the we've had some apparent progress on the front of getting the Digimon out of the tubes. Daisto is gonna go look for Sonia.
Sonia, I'm assuming you're like sat just outside the tent or something, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Try to avoid the contact with the military guys because I can't really see them right now.
Cool. So Taisto, you see Sonia sat outside the tent in a little ball with Pillowmon in her arms. What do you do?
Sonia, are you okay?
Yes, No, I will be okay. For a while. Well,
Don't worry, they're turning off the machines now, so
yes.
Digimon will be getting out. So it should be fine. I mean, I kind of see where Kagayaki is getting it from now, to be honest.
Dude.
I'm not wrong. But it's inexcusable what they've been doing here. Are you?
I mean, I understand wanting to survive, but and the Digimon are doing the same. I don't really know what would be right, but I don't like what happened. Doesn't seem fair.
No, it's not. It's not fair, and nothing that's going on here in the Dark Zone seems to be fair. To be honest, it seems the Vortex Warriors and everyone else have failed this place ever since 1,000 digi-years ago, or however long it's been. It's kind of getting annoying to see that.
I think when you say that, Ghostmon looks very sullen.
Like, no, I think they're pretty good with Vortex Warriors.
I mean, it's true. Also, Ghostmon isn't necessarily here. I don't know where Ghostmon is. No one knows where Ghostmon is.
Who knows?
But wherever he is, he might be looking very solemn.
And he's also sneezing.
Yeah, but what I mean is that now it's basically up to us to try and see if we can do things better. And I don't think it's gonna get prettier from here. It seems to be going in the opposite direction for a while. So if you're uncomfortable seeing, what was going on over there, and that's just waves at the tent, then maybe you should stay here.
Yeah, but how unprettier are things gonna get? You said they're gonna turn off the machines. They know we can talk to Digimon now. How are things gonna get worse? Oh,
I mean, it's just a gut feeling. It's never gonna be, We're gonna have to be dealing with. Remember, there's still many trials ahead of us regarding what we need to do here in the dark zone.
yes.
But I think none of what's coming ahead is gonna be easier than what's behind us.
Maybe. It's already pretty hard. I can't even imagine. Well, I guess I have a few ideas, but it's just too much at once.
Is Pillowman okay?
I don't know. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm more concerned about you. You look terrible, Sonia.
Well, thank you.
I
Well,
I don't like what's happening in there, but I mean, it must have. Those people are your people, right? So they must have come from a place of kindness. That's even if it didn't turn out right, right?
must be.
Tyster, could you give me a roll for comfort and support, by the way, for Sonia?
Sure thing. Let me just dig up my stats. There we go, and there we go. Ooh, that's a lot.
Good luck.
It's a 10.
Everyone's
Plenty
rolling
of
10s
tens.
today. I don't think anyone's
Yeah,
rolled less than a
that's
10. Oh, except for once.
Thank you, bot.
Yeah, I did roll 5.
Cool. So on a 10, if Sonia opens up to you, which they have been, they hear you. So you get to, they get to mark a potential clear a condition or shift their labels. But on a 10 plus, you also get to clear a condition yourself, if you have one.
I'll add team to the pool instead.
Yeah, sorry, I'll add team to the play. Maybe I missed that bit on the sentence.
Yeah.
Cool. So we currently got 2 team.
Wait, I ran from something difficult, I think, so I will remove the condition anyways, I think. After this session, after this scene.
Yeah, the afraid will be removed after this scene because you ran from.
So better put some potential anyways. So yeah.
Okay, cool. So getting some potential.
Yeah, let's do that.
Nice.
Yes, you're right. They didn't have a choice. We're gonna fix things. Yes. Whew, I'm okay. Thank you. Nice to thank you, Pilaman.
All right.
Thank you, Ghostman, wherever you are.
Boo.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll cut away now to Kagiaki. Kagiaki, your dad's just led you out of the tent. You see Taisto and Sonia on the steps, but you're being led around by your dad basically, and he's taking you towards a nicer looking like blue tent where they've apparently set up living quarters and a small laboratory station that is like your dad's personal space where he keeps his journal notes and whatever, and he wants to share everything that he's found with you in this digital world and sort of rebond as father and sons would. You notice though that as he's leading you, Dorumon on your shoulder has been incredibly quiet and his eyes are wide and he looks terrified and he's literally quivering on your shoulder.
Dorumon? What's up?
Like,
What is it?
He can't speak. He's literally just in absolute stunned fear. And like as you like touch him, you sort of get a glimmer into what he's seeing. He seems to be having some sort of PTSD attack. He's seeing his past life and how he used to drain energy from his victims and his Digimon, and to get stronger and to use them for his own personal gain, and how he's comparing that to what your dad's doing, and all he's whispering over and over again under his breath is, "Not again, it's happening again. Not again, it's happening again. Not again, it's happening again."
Oh, no. I like take him in my arms and kneel down, trying to pat him, muttering, "Oh fuck, I can't talk to people. Fuck. How do I? Come on. It's all okay. It's all okay. Things are different. Okay, we stopped it in time. It will be all right. It will be all right."
They were training the energies, and that's happened before, and it's never ended good. It's never ended good ever. No, 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 no. They can't do that. They can't do that. They can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. No, no, never again. Never again. Never again. And he's like proper shaking and stuttering and stammering and spewing out words. I wanted to ask as well, with the Digivices, I know you can understand Digimon. Does it allow people around you to also understand it, or
No.
or do they still not understand the speech of Digimon even when they are near you with the Digivice? How does it work? How do you want it to work? I want to sort of discuss that with the group.
Well, having to actually teach them the language would be a pain in the fucking ass. But at the same time,
On the other hand, I don't think it works like the TARDIS, where it just spreads the field of translation.
I can
Doesn't
see
really
it having an area of effect. I mean, we don't need to have them on us to understand this.
No, but they're paired to us. They're our Digivices. So I don't think it should work, but we'll have to wait, I guess, unless I don't know.
I'm conflicted. On one hand, it's a real pain in the ass, as I said, to actually have to go through the effort of teaching them the language.
I think it's more useful than it's well, if we're from taking a utilitarian aspect. I think it's more useful than it is bothersome.
So which are we going with? Sorry.
It's a very good question.
Or do you want me to
I
just,
guess
like...
we'll have to wait for Sonia to come back. Nothing?
I am back. What
There
was
we
the
go.
debate about?
So
If
the
the
question
Digivice
is-
can translate for other people.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh. Hmm.
yeah, I'm letting you guys decide because you guys get to build the world just as much as I do.
Well,
I think they shouldn't. And LA
on
is
their own
conflicted.
they shouldn't, but with the visor and thing that Kagayaki made, maybe he could just tinker with it a little bit, since he already kind of downloaded the functions of the things on his visor and stuff. I don't know if he still has it, actually. I don't remember.
Not letting go of that visor ever.
The visor, I believe, was connected to the Digivice to allow the translation matrix to work. It's if
Yeah,
you
I
just
basically
gave
transferred
some-
everything I could.
yeah. So if you like transferred that visor elsewhere, the visor would no longer have those properties.
Hmm.
I mean, we can't copy them.
I'm gonna
Data.
I'm gonna put my foot down and say that won't happen.
Okay.
God, it makes it such a pain in the ass.
I'm not gonna let you mass produce Digivices. That'd be weird.
No, not Digivices. Jesus Christ. We've already established that it can do everything. Like, we have established
So-
the device we can't do absolutely everything anyways.
Yeah.
So what should we be going with then on this question?
Because I'm happy either way. It's basically up to Sonia at this point, because you guys have both voted one or the other.
Oh, so what would be the most interesting between them never understanding the Digimon and them kind of understanding them?
Yeah, so it's either they
Hmm.
never understand them, or they understand them while you're with them.
Well, while we're with them, yeah. Well, that much seems fine, maybe.
So basically, if they don't understand them, we'd have to take apart the Digiron
Sup?
language. The-
Oh, hey, you
the
came
Digi-
back.
Digimoji, and also
I have
create
arrived.
the text-to-speech
Yeah.
program somehow that translates in real time.
Yeah, well,
No.
I'd say that's fair enough. And while you're
What
on the
happened?
thing,
While
we-
we're on the subject, Pablo, sorry, Ivo, so we're currently debating whether or not the Digivices allow other people who are in our presence to understand Digimon, or if it's just us.
I didn't hear most of that.
That's pretty bad. So we're currently in the process of debating whether or not the Digivices should allow other people in our presence to also understand Digimon, or if it's just us.
That's sure is a debate.
I mean, it's a
Sure.
vote, more like a debate.
That was not such a thing.
I don't want to spend too long on this, so if we can all just say our preference and then we'll take the majority. And if there isn't a majority, because there's 4 of us now, I'll just make an executive decision.
Okay, will you let me do the text-to-speech thing eventually? Preferably sooner than later.
You can use your inventor ability to eventually do that, to get a text-to-speech translating thingamabob. But it won't be immediate. It'd be a long-term investment type thing.
I feel like it should, maybe.
I vote no.
Yeah, because you're lame.
So what did we go with? Which one did we go with?
We haven't gone with either yet.
We're voting. Voting.
So,
I just
so I've
wanted to
got,
speed it out.
I've got 2 yeses and 1 no so far. What's your vote, Sonia?
On the translating?
On the translating.
On on translating, yes.
Yes, so I would say yes. Allow
Right, there we go. It's a
translation.
yes. Let's go with that.
Okay,
Yes.
so your dad also hears Doraemon's whimpers and like mutterings about not again, not again. And like while you're comforting him, he leans down beside you and says, "So who's this little guy? He
Not the time!
but he doesn't look so good. We have medical facilities here if he needs them." He tries to be helpful as best he can. He's not a very emotional person. So he's just thinking, doctor will do good.
Like it might as well. Come on.
We have medical facilities that we use to we help people.
Before we go
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
there's no
quick
more
question.
triggering
What
sitting
happened?
there, right?
Sorry, say that again.
What happened while I was gone?
I'll tell you in chat. So you know.
Cog.
Before we go there are no more triggering things in the medical facility, correct?
Correct. There was only that one, well, 2 sites that were shutting down.
Shut them down yesterday, and let's go.
Yeah, he nods and says, "Pick up your friend. We'll take him to the medical facilities." And he starts walking towards the. It's a very bright yellow tent with a big white cross on the front of it. And when you make it there and set Doraemon down on the table, he gets a group of his scientist pals to sort of hook Doraemon up to some like scanning machines so that they can sort of scan his energy, which you know to be data, and see what's wrong.
Do you actually have a psychiatrist here because he's going through a PTSD episode?
They have a psychiatrist, but if it's a Digimon affair, they might not understand too well, but they can see a psychiatrist. He just immediately thought, you know, it's an animal. Strap it up to a brain scanner thing.
People! They are people! Get the psychiatrist!
He immediately corrects himself and goes and grabs a psychiatrist. While he's gone though, you like look around and you see a very familiar face sat on the end of one of the beds, and he's doing little kicky exercises with what looks like a mechanized leg. And there's a doctor next to him saying, "How does that feel? Can you feel anything?" And he like taps the knee of the mechanical leg. He's like, yeah, I can feel again. And he looks up from his knee to
turn
see the
around.
doctor's face.
I turn around, bad timing, horrible timing, not now.
So you turn around to see him, or you turn around away from him?
Turn around away from him before he turns around.
Okay, so he doesn't see you, but you know
Sorry.
you know that it's Higeki.
Bad timing, sorry later, we'll talk later.
Your dad eventually comes back with a psychologist, and says,
A field pastor.
"A field pastor? What?"
This is the Finnish army. Remember, we don't have we literally don't really have psychologists. We have like field pastors who do their work. Basically the same job.
Oh, so it's more religious.
It's fucked up. Don't question it.
Cool. He brings a pastor. in
What the fuck?
because it's an anime, he will be in very religious garb.
Oh my fucking
Oh
god.
no!
Thanks
They
for
do
that,
actually
by the
have
way.
just the uniform.
He's got the big Pope hat on, even though he's not the Pope.
Okay.
And he like sits down with Doraemon and starts talking through the problems and saying, God will make everything better, and that he has a plan for everyone, even you paracritters. And then like your dad corrects him and says, Digimon, they're called Digimon. And he's like, I didn't realize these things could talk. He's like an elderly gentleman. He's balding. He has very grey hair. He's got the hair that sort of, he's like bald on top but grey around the sides.
Of course.
Not that you could see
As
that under
always.
his big hat. But yeah, he starts sort of coaching Doraemon, and it makes.
Well,
I'm pretty sure it makes no sense to Doraemon because Doraemon doesn't know what like God is.
Such a weird scene.
I feel like it would make more sense to connect God with Yggdrasil, which would make things severely worse.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That is why I groaned that mention of religion.
That actually makes sense with the flashbacks that we had. So he's basically just telling him that Yggdrasil has a plan for him, and he's just like, I know it. Friggin' told me that. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, he's currently seeing the pastor. What are you doing in the meantime while he's talking to this elderly gentleman? Are you going to stay with him, or are you going to go with your dad or meet Higeki?
Oh fuck! So much shit, so many things to do, so little time. Dortmund, how are you holding up?
Sorry, say that again.
How are you holding up, Dortmund?
Oh man.
Doraemon, he seems to have come back a little bit to his senses. He's like talking out loud about it seems to have been helping him quite a lot, but you can tell he's still pretty shaken. Like he doesn't want the abomination that happened when he was at his prime to happen again with other Digimon. He literally exists to prevent that from happening again. But yeah, the pastor seems to sort of help him come to terms a little bit and come back to his senses, but it's not going to solve anything without repeated therapy sessions, I don't think. But after like a few hours of the talking about like the digital world's god being Yggdrasil and his reincarnation and his old wartime stories, like the pastor looks horrified and a bit haunted, like from what Doraemon's gone through.
Tell me about it.
He's like, I had no idea that you had been through so much. You look so small and young, and wow, I need to see my counselor when we get off this place. And he tips his big pointy hat at you and says, if he ever needs anyone to talk to again, take him to either me or my the person below me. I don't know what you call an under pastor, but yeah, one of those people. And they'll.
I mean, this guy is a field bishop, so he has. Let me just real quick see. What was the one below that? He's basically a general.
We're learning about culture.
Yeah, he basically he refers Doraemon to see more of him or more of his people if he ever wants to talk more about what happened.
So if
But you
want
can
to
tell on his
talk,
face, this
please go
feels-
see someone else.
Yeah,
because,
this field
wow.
bishop obviously doesn't want to hear anymore. He feels very haunted after the stories that Doraemon's been telling it about, like how he's been reincarnated, about how he used to murder other Digimon and steal their strength, and how he was trying to take down Yggdrasil, and there's this horrible virus that was ravaging the digital world and stuff. Like he seems pretty haunted by that. But yeah, Doraemon seems to have sort of calmed down a little bit, and he's back to his senses and can speak coherently again.
Good. We need to go with that now and start actually figuring it out. Come on. And I pick him up.
I'm still in awe that just happened.
Doraemon.
That's the most surreal fucking thing I've ever seen.
Doraemon.
For real.
I didn't realize that in the Finnish army they had pastors and not psychiatrists.
Yeah,
But
I'm
yeah,
sure.
oh,
I'm
wow.
sure there are psychiatrists somewhere.
But I mean, you know, what is
This is fun, yeah. This is a lot more golden.
this is more comedical, yeah.
that is.
And it'll definitely get censored in the English dub.
Pastor Monsiel.
Well, yes, hello, it is me, bearded guy.
It's like, I'm not a pastor, I just enjoy pointy hat collecting. What?
Like my hat in Fortress.
No, but Doraemon, when you pick him up, says, I didn't realize that humans could be so destructive. All the legends say that humans come to the digital world and save it. There's never been anything like this before. I was not expecting your father to be like this.
It's complicated, he knows he did wrong, he won't do it again.
I hope you're right.
So do I.
If what happens here happens again, well, it can lead to another disaster in the future where Yggdrasil just decides to hit the reset button. We don't want that to happen, especially while you're here.
Yeah, so hopefully they evolve in savers. I'm sorry, Pat. For being fun.
I think it's at this point we'll cut to Pablo, because obviously he's just come back and I kind of want to know what Pablo's up to.
Yeah.
So Pablo, what you've seen, because obviously you've not been here, you went into a tent where Kageaki's father was showing you the fruits of his work, and how he was treating Digimon to sort of generate power and electricity and create inventions and study them and whatever. And you came into like a tent with big stasis pods with green liquid inside, with Digimon suspended in animation inside them, being shocked every few seconds. And there's pipes connecting all of those pods in the middle, and it's creating a sort of energy bubble-looking plasma thing in the middle of them all. And they were using it to generate power, but also to create. They were trying to reconfigure the energy that they had to create a deterrent to keep other Digimon away. Kageaki asked his father to stop because Digimon are essentially sentient beings, and he didn't realize that. Even though it is inhumane to do it to animals, he was doing it to survive. So he's asked his underling to shut it down. His underling seemed a little bit shady, and said, "Yes, I will totally shut this down," in the most honest voice he could possibly muster.
He has a big evil mustache.
He has a very big evil mustache.
Class.
I wonder if he's a good guy.
I think he sounds like Caramon.
Also.
Come on, this guys.
Yes, Mr. Inventar.
Digimon by day,
I actually
shady
wasn't
guy by night.
I actually wasn't intending him to look like or sound like Caramon in any way. Just the voice slipped out.
I'm like imagining the frog leg plotted from Toaru, but with a mustache.
So, yeah,
Right, so there's a shady guy. So I should probably.
but you've all left the lab at the moment. Sonia's sat on the step, sort of processing what's happened. She's unhappy with the treatment of the Digimon. Taisto's comforting her. Kageyaki's gone off with his dad towards the hospital area. So, yeah, it's more what are you and Gazimon up to?
I feel like, is there a possibility that we could like sneak in and try to spy on the shady guy?
Frank?
I mean, you can stay behind and pretend like you walked out. Do you want to give me a roll to see how sneaky you can be?
Sure. What role do I have? Just 2d6.
I reckon it'd be unleash your powers to be sneaky.
Wait.
Yeah, somehow standing out makes you not stand out.
Okay, unleash your powers is.
Don't think about it too hard.
It's the catch
Oh,
catch-all.
I am
so
very
it's
fucked.
You're amazing at hiding. I can see it on your character sheet.
Oh yeah, no, fucking great unique stuff.
You have become the wall.
Well, you rolled a 7, so that's a success. So you do
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
but it's it'll either be temporary or unstable, i.e. you will eventually be found. Or you can
Yeah.
mark a condition, your choice.
Oh, let me. What condition could I mark in that case?
Temporary is better.
Maybe.
I mean,
Yeah, I'll make it just temporary.
logically,
temporary.
where can he hide?
Where can he hide? There's like these large tubes that are connecting up those stasis pods. Some of them run into the ground, and he can like stand behind those. There's like big mechanical machinery in there as well. Wearing a
Yeah, I'm sure a 13-year-old kid can hide behind those. I'm sure he's not very tall.
Yeah, you're.
Or
So are you
Sorry.
going to take the condition, or are you going to?
no,
it
temporary.
temporary. Okay, so
Just I don't
you're
think there's any condition that would fit.
peering through one of the glass tubes at this very stout, hunched man with the big Poirot mustache and
Yeah,
shades.
not shady guy.
He literally has shades on inside. He is a shady guy.
Oh, that's very shady.
He's typing away on some computer keyboard, and he's muttering something under his breath, but you can't quite hear what he's saying. But he looks very frustrated and annoyed. And he hits the enter button, and some of the tubes light up a bright green. But you don't know what's going on. You just see that they light up.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Huh.
Sure hope they're emptying, like they said.
Yeah. Like I was gonna ask, but I assume not. That Gazimon couldn't have heard what they were saying. So, you know, big ears.
I don't think Gazimon can make out what he's saying. That's not one of his permissions to hear from far away. So
Fuck. Right. Cops when it was weird.
Right?
All right. Then. So he pressed a button, and then did he leave, or is he still there?
he's still there. He's typing some other things into the keyboard. He's doing some kind of like Cody magic to control the test tubes.
Yeah. Okay. So, I feel like Gazimon could probably create some sort of distraction, but I don't know how. Let me think.
Also, I love this creepy music. Who put that on?
I did. But
Epic,
depends what's in
epic
the room.
DJ.
Sorry, say that again, Ivor?
No. I'm thinking.
Okay, well, while you think about your next move, I'll skip to Sonia and Taisto and come back to you. So Sonia, you've just been comforted by Taisto. You're feeling a little bit better, right, about the situation?
Yes,
They're-
a little bit.
They're definitely
from
draining
the-
those test tubes, and
Yes.
everything will be fine. What are your next moves? What are you going to do?
I guess we should ask them if they know about the statue. You think?
You think they'd know anything about that?
Well, they've been there for a while, so doesn't hurt to ask.
I guess. By the way, where is Ghostmon? And I think we should cut away to Ghostmon, who is trying to. Well, since it looks like the tubes are being drained, he could pull a prank and drain them himself.
Oh no.
I mean, it's not a very good prank to drain the tubes that are going to be drained, right?
Yes, but next time they try to fill them up, they won't be filling up.
Have you ever seen Ghostman pull a good prank?
I mean, usually his pranks are dangerous and hurt people, so.
I was under the impression this was fucking lethal.
Oh yeah, I mean, if he drains it like in an improper way, he would definitely hurt or kill the Digimon inside the tubes. That would definitely happen.
Yeah, so he better succeed, I guess.
All right, so
Nice.
Ghostmon's in the lab. He's floating by a test tube, and he thinks it would be an excellent prank to smash one of them open and soak the evil genius scientist pyro mustache guy in all the test tube fluid. Not thinking about the consequences because he for some reason doesn't care. Is he invisible right now? Would you say, or would Ivo be able to see him?
Yes, Ghostmon has been invisible, before we entered the camp. But I think he would turn visible because he needs to concentrate on how he's going to open the test tube. So he would turn visible just as he's ponders on the test tube and about to do whatever, pull a lever or what else he's going to do.
Right. Okay. So you see the guy typing away on the keyboard again, and he pushes another button, and the test tube, the stasis pod thing that Ghostmon's tampering with, starts to move and swing down towards the lab technician guy, and he gives another look inside the tube, and I don't know if Taisto's linked to Ghostmon in any way at the moment, but basically the man says, one sec, I gotta think what he's gonna say. I want it to sound as evil as possible.
Oh man.
He says, "Don't worry, my pretty little pet. It'll all be over soon."
Oh God.
Are you sure it's not just Keramon?
You're going to help.
At least now we know what he finds pretty.
Maybe it is just Keramon. Who knows, right?
You're going to help. You're going to help us all. Because you're going to become part of something bigger. Something that helps us take over this strange new world and take it for humankind. We'll go down in the history books. Well, I will. And as he says that, the test tube Ghostmon does his thing. Do you want to give me a roll to see how it goes with Ghostmon? I'd assume it's unleash your powers to prank somebody. It does not go well.
Oh no. Gazimon, help. Pablo, help. Something. Stop
Okay,
him.
so how can I make this go wrong? So I have a couple of ultimatums here in my head. I'm going to talk you guys through. The first thing that could go terribly, terribly wrong is the test tube opens and it kills the Digimon inside. The second thing that could go terribly, terribly wrong is the Digimon isn't dead, but something else bad happens to the scientist that isn't bad per se. Well, it is bad for him per se, but it will be bad for everybody. Or Ghostmon's prank just doesn't work. Which is the boring answer, I think.
We are ripping off Sabers anyways, so he becomes
the second one.
I think the second one is. I think the second one is the most interesting, so I'm probably going to go with that. So the test tube flings open, completely surprising the scientist, and the goopy, oozy green liquid like surges out and covers him, and the Digimon that was inside sort of surfs out on the fluid through his legs, and he gets drenched and is like, "Oh my god, what the hell!" And then at that exact moment, Pablo like makes a noise from behind the tube that he's hiding at, and it startles him, and he trips into the test pod, and it closes on him, and starts filling
Well,
back
I'm
up with green
fucking
liquids.
stupid. I am very stupid.
And then the machine starts to whir and spark, and the test tubes, instead of glowing green, glow bright blue. And you hear the scientist screaming in the bubbles as he gets absorbed into whatever the Digimon were being absorbed into.
All right, we're data.
And we cut
I forgot to mention
at
that.
moment.
I should probably mention that the scientists.
We cut
So-
from the scene right at that moment back to Kageyaki.
Perfect. At that point, I turn to my father and go, "All right. By the way, in this world, we're data as well.
In this moment, what? Sorry.
We are also data. You and me.
Yeah.
It's weird."
Pablo.
No, I
he
informed him.
jerks his chin. He's like, "Wait, with data?
Yes. Somehow we become data as well.
How curious." He sits himself down and hooks himself up to a machine. And he's like, "We haven't actually scanned any humans because we haven't had any proper salvageable casualties since we got here."
But I'm sure it's not relevant or anything.
He scans his body and biometrics and stuff, and he's like, "My gosh, you're right. I made it the same energies as these Digimon.
Yeah.
How with the you said you said we're made of data. That I don't understand. Are we in some kind of computer?
I have no idea.
How curious," he says. He starts
But
to
I
chew
do
and
know
he's like,
that the currency of this world is called bits, of all the things.
they have currencies in this world. I thought that these Digimon were sentient, but I didn't realize that they had advancements.
They're sapiens, full on a culture.
They seem very barbaric and rudimentary, at least where we are. You said there's a wider world that you've explored. Tell me all about it.
Basically, we're in the brilliantly named Dark Area, and Digimon have this attribute system where it can be data, vaccine, or virus, and for some reason, virus means evil for most of them. And that means that they take virus Digimon, put them in a dark, barren wasteland, and call it a day. And we're in that wasteland right now.
I see. So this is some sort of prison for evil Digimon, and
Yeah, something like Exile.
oh, that makes me feel a little less bad about what I was doing to those Digimon. Then, if they
Oh.
were evil.
No, they're not evil. They are just exiled for no reason.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Now I'm feeling horrible for what I've done to these Digimon.
Yeah, you said.
He puts his hand in his head and he's like, "So they have an entire culture and actual technology outside this dark area you called it.
Yes.
You'll have to take me there sometime. We need to study their cultures and bridge the gap between humanity and Digimon. And oh wow, there's so many possibilities. We'll be famous, son."
The current priority is to make this barren wasteland less of a hellhole, actually.
I mean, of course we can work towards that, but isn't it more important that we establish first contact with these alien life forms? Think of the possibilities, the technological advancements that we could make for humanity if we could establish a connection to home.
But I would still prefer...
Don't you want to go home, Kageyaki?
It's complicated. There's so much bullshit on my mind right now that it's really complicated.
He looks a little bit disappointed when you said that. He's like, "I see, so you feel a sense of responsibility to this place, and I suppose neither I nor my mother could talk you out. Your mother could talk you out of it."
Oh yeah, sorry, that's not happening. I've made up my mind to help this place before I leave.
he stands up and he's like, I understand. Once you set your mind to something, it's very hard to budge you off it. It's always been that way with you, Kageaki. But when you put your mind to something, you always do well. I have faith that you will bring life to this barren place, no matter how long it takes. And he like puts a hand on your shoulder. As he literally puts a hand on your shoulder, there is a ginormous explosion in the tent behind Taisto and Sonia. Pablo's running out of the laboratory as the head of a terrible monster erupts from the top of the tent. It has this sort of shell-like thing on its face, a great horn for a nose. Its eyes glow bright red, and it lets out this horrible roar as like 4 arms rip through the tent, all of different variety of Digimon.
I wonder what it is.
Huh.
You see the humans turn around and open fire on this thing, and it has no effect.
Don't bother! Leave! Fuck!
God.
Okay.
What happened?
Minor information. We're basically the only ones who can deal with that. Get everyone away. Dormon! Sinka!
Well, what happened? What was that? What is that? Ooh. Can we scan the thing?
Yeah, you scan it with your Digivice, and at first it registers with a bunch of question marks, like it's an unknown Digimon, and then it sort of glitches and gives it a name, and it says Chimeramon.
Whoa.
Oh fuck.
So it's like some sort of
we are back.
chimeric creature.
Chimeramon?
What happened?
Ivo, you've just ran out of the tent and can explain everything. Ghostamon's with him, and he's like, "It wasn't me, I promise."
So basically, Kagayaki's father sees Dormon turn into Sanlupmon, melt into shadow, and we're no longer there.
He's just like, Kageaki? Kageaki! And it like zooms out, and it's like, Kageaki! With a bunch of...
I did give him the rundown first. We're basically the only ones who can do something about that, and everyone else needs to fuck off.
Yeah, but he doesn't,
What
he
the
doesn't
fuck
understand
happened?
what happened. You just
Oh,
turned to shadows.
Chimeramon happened, and you were there. You can tell us everything. You can explain what Ghostmon did, what the
Because
scientists did.
Yeah, I understand what happened. Absolutely.
Yes.
Did you cut out again, Ivo? Do you want me to explain what happened while you were there?
No, things happened outside, but I think I got the gist.
Basically,
So,
the scientist fell into the test tube and ended up part of Chimeramon.
And then Chimeramon happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I tell that to the crew, to the gang.
Well, how did you fall into a test tube?
Ghostmon's fault.
No, it was totally Ivo's fault. If you hadn't scared him, he wouldn't have fallen in. Okay, it was a brilliant prank, and he got covered in goop, and it was hilarious. You just have.
I mean, it was really funny. I have to agree, but still, it's your fault. If you hadn't done that, wouldn't have happened. I was just doing some spying.
Alright, Ghostmon, we're gonna have a talk after this. Now, but for now, we really need to help everyone and get this sorted out safely. All right,
Yes.
let's go.
Pilamon, evolve.
Where's Kagayaki?
He like goops out of the shadows next to you, I guess.
Goops out.
So what's the plan, gang?
Probably
I'm
attack
not-
until it's dead.
I'm not getting any actual useful data out of that thing, sadly. We need to get it away from the facility, though.
Oh man. I'll try
I
and
feel
get
we
it.
just need to kill it.
Someone should try and get its attention away from all the people and the Digimon and. Oh man.
Okay,
Cool,
can I
Kagayaki,
try
can
to...
you manage that?
Probably. Actually, do we get a classification, like stages analysis on it?
Yeah,
You
so
had its name.
you got its name, and then it's an ultimate level.
Okay, so it's perfect level.
Or perfect in Japanese terms, I guess.
Alright, so it's perfect level. That means that fireballs would probably just tickle it funny and have it then towards me. So,
But they can like distract them. That's something.
fireball!
Everybody fire!
Yeah. Half your team has firepower, so.
Okay, so
Okay, so
if you're all engaging the threat, we should probably do the when your team engages with a dangerous enemy.
I wouldn't really say it's engaging the threat. It's more like I don't expect it to do anything besides draw its attention.
He's provoking.
It's more like provoking, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I meant the entering battle with a dangerous foe move.
Yeah.
So the generating team move, basically. So does everybody have influence over everybody else on the team?
I'm missing Pablo.
Oh no!
Well, I have influence over everybody, but that's it.
I
Lovely.
also have influence on everyone else who's present.
Okay, so we gain one team.
Empty.
Does everybody have the same purpose in the fight?
Yeah, right.
Cameraman?
I'm pretty sure we do.
Yeah.
Destroy the goo thing.
So is it defeating Chimeramon or is it protecting the humans from Chimeramon?
I don't know, scaring it away. I don't think we can kill it.
I'm trying to draw it away so there's no collateral, but the main plan is to get rid of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The ultimate goal is to destroy or defeat Chimeramon.
Okay.
Defeat, that's the word.
Does any team member mistrust another member of the team at the moment?
I don't think so.
I did not hear the fuckery that went on to cause this, or no?
Sonia's not big on the adult, but as far as others of the team, no problem.
I mean, I don't mistrust any humans. I mistrust, like, Ghostmon, I guess.
And I would say that your team is ill prepared right now because you weren't expecting a giant Chimeramon to just pop out of nowhere.
Absolutely.
Fair enough.
So you gain 3 team, which means that you go up to 5 team in the pool.
5.
Lovely.
We had 2.
Next.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Nice. Ah, yeah, right. I forgot. The whole, yeah. Right.
Now I just need to figure out how the fuck to embody my crest in the barren wasteland. Does using magic count as embodying my crest?
Your crest is knowledge, so it would be something to do with knowledge and embodying that part of you, not particularly casting magic, I guess.
Oh, there's enough technology around that you can...
Trying to use a new spell, maybe?
I mean,
We should probably we'll get to that when it becomes relevant, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody digivolves to champion for free, I guess. I think the first thing that happens is Chimeramon finishes bursting out of the tent as you guys digivolve. And he turns, and you hear in a very familiar, sadistic voice that is that of the scientists, but much more monstrous and demonic. You hear him say, "This wasn't a plan, but I can work with this." And
For some reason,
What the
Sheepmon...
fuck?
We're really gonna have a talk after this.
For some reason, Sheepmon seeing that scientist merging with a Digimon shivers for no particular reason.
Alright, quick thinking, extra provocation.
Oh.
Provocation, I said it.
cool, so you're gonna shoot with a fireball, did you say, to provoke him?
And also insult him in his face. Didn't provoke him further.
Okay, roll to provoke Chimeramon. What are you trying to get him to do? Are you just trying to grab his attention so he's focused on you?
Yeah, grab his attention to move him away from the facility.
Okay, sure.
That's a 5, so I don't.
Yeah, you throw a fireball
when
at
we needed the most.
Chimeramon's head, and it just hits the shell and dissipates and does basically nothing. It barely even scratches him. And I think the first thing that he does is he says it's now to deal with him. He would have me shut down my experiments, my life's work, just on the word of his son. And he like turns around, reaches into one of the tents with his Devimon arm, and grabs your dad, and pulls him out, and holds him up towards his face. What do you all do? He's got a hostage.
Oh, fuck.
Can I use I'll save you?
Police would be really helpful right now.
Remember, to do a move, you have to do it. So, what do you actually do?
Oh, fuck. Okay, so... Oh, God. I teleport to his hand and try to teleport my the other way. Just grasp.
So, just to clarify, when you teleport things, don't you teleport anything that living that they're touching as well? Isn't that what we established?
I thought it was his decision what he teleports.
I can't remember, so I'm
I mean, he
asking
was
you.
able to teleport part of the carpet without the Ghostmon or Gangmon on it.
Okay, then
It makes...
you go up to save your
Yeah.
dad then. So we'll say you're allowed to do that. Roll to defend your dad.
Can I use I'll save you instead?
What's I'll save you again?
I can mark a condition or something, or sacrifice something important to defend a loved one, or if I rolled it well.
Sure.
Lovely. Then I'm
Good
going
move.
to go ahead and mark afraid because he's targeting my dad.
Fair enough.
As a reason to target me as well now.
Cool. So you teleport up to your dad, grab him, and teleport away. Terrified that he's hurt.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
You see that your dad, he's not doing so well. He was squeezed quite tight in that hand, and he looks like he's passing out from lack of oxygen. But he will be okay. He will live. It's just he's very hurt.
Soldiers, get him the fuck away! Please?
You see a
I
bunch
see that
of
Pablo has
military
disappeared.
men come and take your father away on a stretcher. Camaramon's like, "Oh no, you don't!" And he like lifts up a finger, and
Yes, we do.
lasers start to zip out. What do you do? Somebody else this time. I'm going to say Sonia because Sonia hasn't acted.
Yeah. I'm not going to do 3 things in a row.
Yes. What is it?
He's about
by
to
the way,
use Heat Viper.
By the way, Ivo has to go because of storm and shit's fucked. Yeah. It's about to use Heat Viper. Can I do something to stop it? I don't think I would be able to stop a big beam like this. It's about to hit. In what direction?
He's aiming his laser beams. Well, you don't know what they're going to look like, but it looks like he's pointing towards the army guys with the stretcher carrying away Kageyaki's dad.
And could I move them out of the way with some big version of the wool grenades?
You mean like move his hand out of the way? You mean, or do you mean move the humans out of the way? Sorry.
Humans out of the way. I think it'd be easier to do.
And how do you do it with the wall grenades? Describe what that looks like.
Just shooting like big giant balls of fluff that would envelop the dudes and roll them like snowballs on a hill, like giant snowmen, woolmen, just to dodge the beam at least.
Okay, that sounds fine. So they'll roll away in a big snowball of fluff. Roll defend, and we'll see what happens.
Defend was... Defend... Savior. Okay, well, fine. Wow.
Well, that's 5.
Wow.
If both high and high stroke help, it can become 7.
Wow. So I won't be ticking this box tonight. But I will be ticking potential. Maybe.
Or-
I mean,
Or he doesn't
I mean,
help, so...
I'll leave it up to you, Elephant, if you want to succeed or not. We can.
Well,
we
if
have
you
the
want to
team
help,
use.
you certainly can, yes. I'm not against this.
Okay, well, does Kagayaki want to help?
Yes.
Can he?
All right,
He's
well,
shooting
go.
at my father.
All right, well, you start. You start. I'll go after you.
All right, I'm going to teleport up his hand and try to slice and dice at his wrist
Okay, so that pushes
to
it
make
to a
it harder
6.
to keep it. Huh?
So that
Yeah,
pushes
okay.
it to a 6. So still need one more.
Yep. So as Kagayaki assaults the hand from above or from the side, there's also an explosion of a pillar of fire. Where is it? There we go. Fire as Flame Wizardman just explodes up and pushes the hand away. Then at the last second as well.
Cool. So the hand gets pushed up, and it shoots out these like 4 lasers, and they go in different directions and start tearing up the military base. And you like see like a wide pan shot of these like army people ducking for cover as debris falls over their heads and are like charging out of the base as fast as they can away from this terrible monster.
Yeah.
But you basically
that's
keep them
enough.
safe.
Yes, that's quite enough.
I get a bingo space.
We were suspicious of this guy before. He's up to no good, and he wants to destroy the digital world and enslave everyone. So now that he's in this monstrous form, we need to do our best to defeat him, and we're going to do that. We're definitely going to do that as long as I draw breath. Flame Wizardmon, go! And that's basically, I want to commit myself to defeating this terrible foe and become angry in the process, and then I want to punch the living shit out of Chimeramon.
Okay. How do you punch the living shit out of Chimeramon? Describe what that looks like.
All right, so yes. So after Flame Wizardmon basically jumped up and pushed the hand away, he's going to perform a flip or somersault in midair, and then explode towards his face, and going to strike it with a double-handed attack with its matchstick staffs right in the face.
Cool. Roll to directly engage a threat with disadvantage due to the level difference.
Yes.
Also, just because Pablo isn't here right now, I'm going to say that him and Gazimon are trying to help everyone get out of the and Zachary and Cheatmon are trying to heal casualties and get them out of the area while you guys.
No, Zachary is clipping through the wall.
Yes.
6.
I can help. Also, music died.
If you want to help, go ahead.
I'm pretty sure you don't want potential anyway.
I mean, it's quite enough. I have quite enough potential already.
Yeah, how were you attacking him?
He's basically Flame Wizardman is raining down from the sky at it and going to strike it double-handed with his matchstick staff. Jesus Christ, I can't speak.
Lovely. I'm going to throw a fireball at the back of his knee then, since that should be nice and plump enough to actually take damage.
Cool. So
Yeah.
pick one of the options on directly engage a threat.
Sure thing. I would love to do that. Let's see.
Music cocoon.
And you both share in the consequences because
Yes. All right. I think I'm going to create an opportunity for our allies as Kagayaki's attack throws Chimeramon off balance, and then the double-handed strike from Flame Wizardman is going to tear it off. Actually, I'll take away his balance. Let's go with that. Yeah, going to strike it even further away as it. What is going on?
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah. Sorry. So starts starts leaning back as a result of the strike at the back of his knees, and then the double-handed impact from Flame Wizardman is going to send him teetering and basically, throw away his balance. So I want to either take away his balance or create an opportunity for our allies.
I mean, both of them are very similar things.
Yeah, in this case, they would probably cause the same thing, but
So
you pick whichever is more appropriate.
I mean, it's one of them, basically. So it does the same thing fictionally. You're taking Chimeramon off balance and giving, like, Sonya the opportunity to do something with that. In response, though, you didn't resist or avoid their blows.
Yep.
It's true.
Which means that both you and Kageaki are going to take a hit.
Yep.
So I think you hit him in the back of the knee, which knocks him off balance. And the slam on the head makes him a bit dizzy.
Yep.
But as that happens, he reaches out with two of his arms. His Skull Greymon arm reaches out and sneaks behind him and grabs Sanglupmon. And his Devimon arm just clasps down on his helmet and smacks Flame Wizardmon into his head. He then takes the Skull Greymon arm and just smashes it into the ground. You both need to take a powerful blow.
Oh, I'd love to.
I wouldn't. 6 + 1.
I assume that this is
9.
Someone with far greater power than me.
Yes, this is someone with far greater power than you at the moment.
Excellent.
At the moment.
Yes, 10.
I
So-
will struggle past the pain.
So we'll do Taisto first. So never give up, never surrender. On a 10, you stand strong and choose one of the following options. You either get an opportunity or open against the attacker, you rally from the hit and add team to the pool, or you keep their attention. Which do you pick?
I think I'm gonna take rally from the hit. So, Flame Wizardmon, don't give up. I know you have, whatever it takes to beat this sucker, and that should be enough to inspire. We're perspiring against the foe, so should you. Don't give up.
Cool.
You can do this.
Kageaki,
Feeling
you
bad.
rolled a 9.
Yeah.
So you have to choose one of the following. You either lash out verbally at one of the others, you give ground so your opposition gains an opportunity against you guys, or you struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
Struggle past the pain, marking angry because holy fucking shit, this asshole, and guilty because I told Dormont specifically this thing wouldn't happen.
Speaking of, Doraemon seems to be holding together reasonably well. He's like, he says, like, as he, like, you get smashed into the ground and you start feeling angry and guilty, he sort of stands on all fours, slowly getting up from the hit, and he sort of growls and he's like, "For Pastor Greg." Obviously, his chat with the bishop guy was very, very eye-opening for him.
The what? Sorry, what?
Panzer?
What did he say?
He said, "For Pastor Greg."
Ah, okay. I heard something like plastic something, and I was wondering what I missed.
No. Greg the pastor.
For Pastor Greg.
He looks a bit battered and bruised, but he looks like he's sort of steeled the will and courage to take down this horrible foe because he doesn't want it to happen again. He's like, "We're the only ones that can stop this. We can't let this horrible energy get out of hand again. Never again. Are you with me, Kageaki?"
Straight I am! Let's take down this asshole.
Okay, honestly, the only way I can see actually utilizing my crest in this situation is trying to use a second spell.
What do you want to try?
The 3 spells I had in mind, that would be my end goal unless I got a power up, would be the Fireball, a Calm Emotion which is useless right now, and some sort of tentacly constricting thing. So that.
So you want to cast a tentacly constricting spell?
Yes. I'm not sure what exactly the tentacles will be. If they will be plants, actual tentacles, or energy lines. I'll leave that up to you.
Sorry, say that again?
I'm not sure what exactly the tentacles are going to be. If they'll be like plant vines, tentacles, like actual tentacles, or energy lines. It's up to you.
I think what makes the most sense is maybe like shadow bindings, just because that kind of synergizes with the aesthetics of what like your Digimon does with shadows and whatnot, and it means that you can sort of like have the same sort of aesthetic. Although, is there just before we start making up a spell? There is a lot of technology and scientific equipment around as well. If you wanted to do something with that in terms of your knowledge as well, I just thought I'd give you the option. Not everywhere's been blown up and destroyed by Chimeramon yet. There is a lot of like computers, technology that you could tinker together some contraptions and gadgets with. I just
Knowledge could also be realizing an opponent's weak spot instead of just doing something brilliant or miraculous.
Yeah, exactly.
With technology.
In that case, if any of the cube facilities have parts of them intact, that could use one of those to start sucking out his energy.
You mean sorry? Did you say the test tube thing? Sorry.
If any of the test tube facilities are usable, I could use one of those to suck out some of his energy and weaken him.
So, you remember that your father told you there was a second
Yes.
test tube area place that they were doing experiments on Digimon from, that they would drain that after this one. So, assumedly they haven't been drained yet, and assumedly they haven't been blown up by Chimeramon yet, so you could probably go there and do something with those tubes.
Okay. Sonia, Taisto, you need to keep him busy for a bit.
Noted, yes.
Zachary, stop staring at the fucking wall.
Yes. Keep at it, Shipmon. Shoot.
Okay, Sanglupmon, Mach 5, let's go.
So Sanglupmon jumps into a shadow with you and starts moving towards the other bit where they were doing experiments on Digimon. While you do that, Sonia, I think what I want to do is I want to give you that sort of devil's bargain-ish type feel again. I will let you gain 2 balance on your track, which means you get a new blessing. If I get to let you use Whispers of Doubt.
Fair enough.
Do you accept?
I will.
Okay, so...
Funnily enough, I was considering it. Because the scientist dude isn't the most nice guy, so I'm not sure how I should help, if I should even, like she isn't sure what she could do in this situation for bringing a peaceful end, knowing what's happening, what the dude is. She's conflicted,
Yeah.
So,
but I think you also have this sort of devil on your shoulder that's sort of from your link with Pillowmon.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sort of whispering things like, maybe we should let the Chimeramon, go on a rampage and deal with the humans that way, and that way we can get on my Otismon's good side, and everyone will be happy in the Dark Zone, and we'll have very good friends here, and all those kinds of very dark thoughts from the back of Pillowmon's mind are sort of creeping into yours as well.
Yeah.
Because, these humans have done horrible things to the Digimon, and it's only right that they be punished.
That's true.
But yeah, how do you
And
distract
basically their own fault.
Chimeramon while Kageaki does his thing, and roll with Whispers of Doubt when you do, which means you're rolling superior no matter what?
I would like to basically can only shoot with the things. So I'd like to shoot in Chimeraman in the eye sockets, so it gets stuck and you couldn't see anything. Well, that's what I'm hoping to do.
Okay.
Yeah. So plus plus superior. I know, minus superior. Blah, blah, blah. Let's roll. Do I get? No.
So this
I
would
don't have
be
info.
provoke.
Provoke. So, well, it doesn't change anything since I have to roll with a negative thing, anyways. Bloop, bloop.
It's a 6. That means Tyster can help.
Either you help or
Or you can mark
you
potential. It's your
die.
choice.
Yep.
Wasn't that with advantage?
So this was attacking.
The name
This
is
was
here.
attacking, right?
So what did you say, Tyster?
Sorry, this was so can you describe what you were doing again?
I was trying to shoot Chimeraman with the woolly balls right in the eyes, so he couldn't see for a while.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna help out. Yeah, we have enough team for that. So yeah, I'm gonna help out. Yes. So Flame Wizardmon is gonna. Flame Wizardmon is still in Chimeramon's grab, isn't it?
Yes. Currently, it's got its hand on its own head with Flame Wizardmon underneath it.
Right. So what Flame Wizardman is going to do is it's going to spring like really, really hard, just kick off from Chimeramon's head and taking obviously the hand away with it. And as it's in the air, he's going to use magic ignition to light the woolly fluff balls in fire so they're going to hit that much harder and be that much more distracting as they hit Chimeramon.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
So these flaming balls of fluff hit Chimeramon in the eyes and start burning his eyes, which sounds horrible.
It's okay, he deserves it.
You deserve it. Yeah.
On a 7 to 9, I get to choose whether they stumble, hesitate, or overreact. I think that they hesitate as these big fireballs go into their eyes. They sort of... Actually, I think stumble works better because they just had fireballs thrown into their eyes. So you gain +1 forward against them on whatever move gets made next. So just remember you have +1 to whoever rolls next. The Chimeramon is very distracted and eventually gets the fireballs out of its eyes, but not in time for when Kagayaki has made it to the tent and found some sort of contraption in there. What are you putting together?
Yeah, the balance. Right, I almost forgot.
In that case, I'll use Wield Your Powers to put together, like, it doesn't need to actually work forever, but I need to give it a way to work remotely and suck out as much of his energy as it can.
Okay, roll unique.
Okay. Well,
Wow, that's a good roll. Cool. So on a 10 plus, choose 2. You can either take hold of something vulnerable to you, create something useful from the environment, or neutralize an opponent or threat, at least for now. I.e., it's not fully neutralized, but will come back eventually after a little bit of time.
so obviously they create something useful. And can I, in the same move, teleport and stick it in him to neutralize him as well?
Sure. So Sanglitmon ports you with this device that saps energy. Where do you stick it on him?
Let's see. His back would be probably the hardest place to reach. So I'll dead center on his back.
Cool. So you put it dead center on his back, and it starts sapping his power. You can see that he starts like being like shocked by this thing, and it brings him to his knees. He was already off balance from the fireballs to the eyes and the leg kick from earlier, and he starts keeling over a little bit, and he falls forward. And he's like, "No, no! Why would you do such a thing? I have all the power.
You.
I could have made this place. I could have made it our. I could have made it human territory. We could have conquered this world."
Yeah, no, go fuck yourself and I stick it in dipper.
That's enough. Yeah, that's enough yapping. Flame Wizardmon, finish him! And I think music suddenly changed. What? Music suddenly changed.
Sure.
Right. And finally, as the Chimeramon is keeling over, Flame Wizardmon is gonna basically rocket in for one final attack on him, trying to trying to figure out how this would look. Yeah, basically raining down from the sky, being enveloped in a wreath of flame, and as it goes in for one final attack.
Cool. Just to point out, it probably won't be the final attack, just because.
Yeah, but that's what we think.
That's what you think. But I just wanted to point out, as the GM to the player, this probably won't just finish it off.
No,
yeah,
this is definitely when it's going to be finished off.
I think because he can't fight back currently, you aren't directly engaging a threat. You are unleashing your powers.
Oh Christ! Oh no! This is not.
Also, did I embody the values of my crest?
Yes, you've definitely activated your crest. Do you want to after Taisto rolls?
After his move, yes.
Do you want to roll to Digivolve?
Right. Let's see. So, is it still just a straight up roll because it can't fight back, or you want it with a disadvantage, or how do you want it?
Make it a standard roll because
All right.
you can't fight back at the moment.
Right. And did we get any pluses from anywhere other than from my game phase?
You got a +1 on the last thing. No, wait. Kageaki got that +1.
Yes.
Kageaki got a +1.
Okay.
So, yeah,
So he sunk it. All right.
Oh,
All right.
so if I got the +1, it was a 13.
Oh, it's a 9. Wow. That's more than I assumed.
I mean, everyone's been rolling like 10 on the dice every single time today, so I'm not surprised. I'm waiting for the next session when you guys all roll 3s because you've used up all your luck this session.
Basically. But don't worry, we'll use a moment of truth then.
All right. I mean, I do have a moment of truth, ready, but I don't think I'm going to use it this time around. Maybe I will. We'll see. Yeah. So basically, what happens is that Flame Wizardmon is going to rocket down from the sky, wreath in flame, and trying to basically knock the living shit out of Chimeramon and destroy him, or basically maybe separate him from I don't know, take away his power or whatnot.
And are you?
And
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Ask.
I was going to say, are you going to mark a condition, to make it good, or are you going to make it unstable or temporary?
I was going to mark a condition, yeah, because I want conditions because it's going to make evolving easier.
That's actually
but I'm trying to...
I was thinking the same thing.
I'm trying to figure out. I think I'm going to mark guilty because maybe the fire is going to get a bit out of hand because there is a huge an explosion of fire as Flame Wizardmon hits Chimeramon. It might set some tents on fire or make situation a bit worse. So a bit guilty over killing things, but it is what it is. So I'm actually not quite sure what this would do that doesn't already overlap with what directly engaging a threat would do.
So basically, you slam down on him and hit him very, very hard. I'm going to mark a condition on Chimeramon, which means that he gets to make a villain move, just for full clarity.
Yes.
So, you kick him in the head. He gets slammed into the ground even further as he gets shot by this draining color. And I think I'm going to mark angry. He gets incredibly angry, obviously. He sort of, after being kicked into the ground, he gets this sort of second wind where his eyes glow an even brighter red, and he sort of pulls through the draining powers of this technology on his back and stands on his feet, and he holds up all four hands, screams, "Heat Viper!" and like 16 laser beams shoot out all across the base, indiscriminately destroying everything there. Including, you're in the line of fire from this. He's basically doing a last blast effort to try and get you away from him, so he has time to like get rid of this contraption on his back that's draining his energy. You guys need to dodge this, otherwise you're going to take incredible damage. What do you do?
Can I evolve before I defend?
Yes, you can evolve before you defend. That happens before Chimeramon gets up.
That's a 9, so I evolve.
Cool. Describe what that looks like.
I just change the music. Love it. Okay, so us, we're still latched on his back. And we notice the thing happening. My Digivice has already been glowing, so I just hold it tight, hope for the best, and Sonlupmon turns bipedal. He successfully evolves into Matadormon, and immediately gets into action, using his dance move to create as many clones as he can of himself, and get as many people into shadows as possible.
Cool. So roll to defend everybody that's trying to escape, and we'll see. Are you doing that to the other Digidestined as well, or are you doing that to just like the escaping military? Because I think you can only do one or the other because they're like spread out quite far. So are you wanting to defend the military personnel still escaping, or are you trying to defend Taisto and Sonia more than them?
I think I give a look to Sonia and Taisto to, in a few glimpses of a second, confirm if they can protect themselves from this.
I'm sure we can.
If they can, they can. In which case, I'll take all the non-combatants out.
Cool. So your shadow clones appear at the side of your father, the military personnel still running for their lives, escaping through the gates. There's like several people left behind that have been like ushering people through and making sure everyone's safe. And a clone of your Digimon appears beside each one, puts a hand on their shoulder and dunks them into their own shadow. As Chimeramon stands up, screams Heat Viper, and shoots out those 16 laser beams I described earlier that indiscriminately try and blow up everything. Sonia, Taisto, how do you dodge the laser beams?
I try to do loop-de-loops in the air with the rocket blast to try and avoid the beam.
To be entirely honest, I'm not sure that Taisto can.
Can you use shielding?
I mean, sure, he can try and dodge, behind some rubble or something like that. I guess, yeah, that might work. Yeah, sure.
Maybe Sonia could help. So
I could probably
Maybe.
take you with me. Yes.
No, that would be really convenient. Thank you.
Yes. Let's do this. So, what should we roll?
defend, I assume, to defend Taisto.
Defend, but should that count as a team? Because I don't know. Just defend. Well, I have influence over Taisto. Does that count?
You do have influence over Taisto, which means you do get a +1.
Okay. Yes.
Nice, 12.
So would you say that Pilomon is currently becoming our angle? Or did it actually already become the devil?
That is pretty nice. 12.
I'm just going to mark it.
Yeah, go for it.
I have a line now. Taisto says that's enough, Pilomon becomes your angle or your devil, and technical difficulties.
So I think we get this low angle shot of Taisto looking up at a laser beam coming towards him and putting his hands over his face as it's about to hit him. And the same with Flame Wizardmon, just a little bit further away from Taisto. And then we just see, from a side angle, Pilomon just rocket boost in slow motion and just like spear into Flame Wizardmon and Taisto and pick them up and like dodge the laser beams in like this really cool like cinematic like loop de loop around all the laser beams. And, like nothing can hit Sheepmon at all.
For some reason,
Thank
it's the only
you.
part of the episode that's really well animated.
Yeah, it's the one bit that's really well animated, while everything else in this episode is like stock animation.
Yeah, it's literally this and the Matadormon dance. That's the only animated part.
Yes. Don't make this a habit.
We'll try.
Do you want to add team to the pool, take influence over Taisto again, which means you get to shift his labels, or
Fuck
clear
him
a
up,
condition?
fuck him up, fuck him up.
I could fuck him up, or add the team. Let's just add a team. Yes. I'll fuck you up today.
Okay, adding the team, so you're on 4 team again. So cool. So Taisto is safe alongside you. Kagiaki, you actually didn't roll to defend the civilians yet, so do you want to roll that too?
Yep. I don't suppose they don't all count as loved ones. So yeah. That's a 7.
Cool. On a 7, you keep people safe, but it costs you and you expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation in some way. So I think, like, in the process of saving everybody, you dunk them into the shadows, and you have this like sort of sigh of relief as you've saved everybody, forgetting that you need to save yourself as well. And the laser beams hit Matadormon as he sort of dives in front of you to try and get you in a shadow just in the nick of time, and it hits Matadormon. I'd like you to mark.
Kagayaki!
I'd like you to mark guilty if possible. If you already have guilty marked, just mark another appropriate condition.
Not hopeless, I guess, since we saved everyone, so insecure. Since he saved me.
Cool. But Matadormon gets hit by one of the laser beams, and he gets, you know the classic anime explosion thing where there's like a big explosion and it looks like, oh no, Matadormon, are you alright? And then there's just like the smoke clears, and he's standing there with his blades drawn, looking all cool.
But a scratch, his head falls off.
What's your next move? You've dodged all the laser beams, you kept everybody safe.
Well, I think
Chimeramon's
that's what
still
a good day.
tearing
We
up
can
the
all go
location.
home.
Chimeramon's still tearing up the location. What are you going to
Okay,
do about her?
you said he pulled through the draining, not that he pulled it out.
Sorry, what?
He pushed through the draining, or he pulled out the machine. Because those are different things.
He's pulled out the machine now. He hasn't pulled it out. Sorry, he's like, as he was firing his lasers, he had one of them go up his own back. He's holding his hand over his head, and he's got this massive scar down his back now. But he's fried the contraption on his back. It's drained a lot of his powers, making him a bit weaker. And he tries bargaining with you guys. He's like, don't you want the next step for humanity to be conquering a new world? This is every astronaut's dream. How can you squander this opportunity to put humans on the flag of humans on a parallel universe? How can you throw that opportunity away? Join me.
You're the one at perfect level. Wanna finish him off?
I would if I could, but I'm full of conditions. I'm not sure I can't reliably roll it. That's the issue.
Nah, just go for it.
Yes.
I mean,
yeah.
I was going to say as well, as an alternative, because it's marked. I just realised, Sonia, you could use a moment of truth if we angle it right.
Yeah, you could.
Unless you don't want to, and you want to save it, you can totally save it. I'm just saying that you have it available. I just want
I don't feel like this is the most appropriate moment for Sonia to.
Okay, that's totally fine. I just thought I'd mention that it's there. Be a cool finisher type thing, but
Yeah. It would be helpful, but it doesn't fit the thematic idea I have for things, basically. So.
Sure, that's no problem. Cool. Yeah. So, so Chimeramon basically bargains with you. He's like, join me and together we can rule the digital world. Blah blah blah. The stuff you don't want to hear from the evil villain.
I use our intercom function to message the other two, since we're pretty far away at this point, and ask them to give me one more opening. Think you guys can do that?
Is there something like what's the current danger here?
So the danger is that Matadormon can't keep all these people inside shadows forever, and Chimeramon is still threatening destroying you all. He wants you to join his side because A, that would be easier, and B, he would have more firepower because you guys have Digimon. If you guys decline, he will obviously fight back. If you guys accept, I mean, you guys become evil, I guess.
Yes, let's all become evil.
Yes,
basically,
I think that would be the most appropriate thing here.
Basically, he's really close to shutting off already from loss of data, so I just need one more opportunity to drain the rest of it out.
Yeah.
So who's going to give him that
I was
opportunity?
just trying to. I'm just trying to think of if there's any way I could. No, probably not. All right, so time to dive in for one more time. So, Flame Wizardmon, let's go. And Deister, Flame Wizardmon basically jump off of Sheepmon and start flying down blindly towards Chimeramon from above. And as we're flying down, Flame Wizardman basically tosses his magic staff down and shoots a stream of fire that takes the shape of a dragon. Let's go with the dragon. Yeah, dragons are cool. Dragon that snakes its way and tries to hit Chimeron from above.
Cool. Roll to directly engage a threat. And also, that's probably another one of the scenes that all the budget went into.
You know, to
With
compensate,
disadvantage.
they had to T-pose half of the cast, you know?
Right.
Yeah,
For
you just see like Zachary and Ivo, not Ivo, Zachary and Pablo by the destroyed fences, like ushering people out with their T-pose. They're like
Well,
getting people out.
Oh.
Yeah, they are literal CGI as well.
Oh, yeah.
12. I want to. Let's go with. I want to resist or avoid their blows and create an opportunity for our allies.
Cool. So you do the big
yeah.
snaky
And
dragon thing, and it like bites down on Chimeramon's head, and he like burns,
Yeah.
and he starts screaming, and it gives.
Basically,
an opportunity to
basically Chimeramon's the fire snake basically starts wrestling with Chimeramon in air while being chomped down on his head, and just thrashes him into position for Kagayaki to finish him off. Go ahead.
Okay, so Matadormon will now use this opportunity to use his 1,000 arrow attack and hurl a damn near infinite amount of rapiers at the outer layer of Chimeramon, slashing up his body around to leak data away. And as he does that, he will also teleport on him and bite into him and suck out the rest of it.
So you're going to suck out all of the data.
Yeah, I'm going to make him bleed from as many places as I can, and at the same time I'll be sucking out his data directly.
So I want to ask real quickly: is the intention to destroy Chimeramon or incapacitate Chimeramon?
Preferably incapacitate.
Okay, I just wanted to know the intention. Roll to unleash your powers, because you have an opportunity. He's not being able to fight back because of the dragon fire that.
Lovely.
Flame
Unleash my
wizard
powers,
uses.
that's plus 2. The 6 plus 2, and it's a 10!
Nice.
Always 10.
Oh,
It works. You drain all of Chimeramon's energy, and he collapses to the ground. I think as you drain enough energy, the constituent parts of him start unstitching and coming apart, and he transforms back into the Digimon that were in the test tube. And there's like the scientist in the middle of them all with the little anime squiggly eyes for someone who's been knocked out.
okay, and something we can potentially use as a for plot later is the fact that I also Maladormon also got a surge of memories from that.
Yeah,
Since we
so
haven't been using that a lot.
you're gonna get a surge of memories from Digimon in the Dark Zone and that mad scientist all melded together.
Yep, that's going to be lovely.
So yeah, you can use those later. Okay, so we'll do a cutscene. You've defeated Chimeramon. You're sort of reconvening with the scientists and military as like the military try and secure the location again from wild Digimon. And I think we see the military haul away the Pyro Mustache Doctor that we didn't actually give a name to. I should have probably given him a name. I'm going to call him Pyro because why not?
Mr. Evil.
He's Dr. Poirot. And yeah.
Oh, Lloyd Evil.
What do you say?
Evil Lloyd.
Lloyd Evil.
Lloyd Evil, and if you put them together, he's evil.
What?
Slightly on the nose.
He's Edwardville Evil.
Perfect.
Oh God.
But yeah, they whatever his name is, we'll decide in a bit. They put
Really
handcuffs
matters.
on. They put handcuffs on him, and they take him away to probably some sort of containment area that they have for humans. I'm not sure if it all got destroyed by Chimeramon, but I'm sure they'll find a way to sort of keep him from escaping. Yeah, so you saved the day. Do you want to share any triumphant celebrations with each other or share any vulnerabilities before we sort of do a big hooray and end the session? Because we're about 10 minutes from end.
Do you want to go first, Kagayaki?
Kagayaki right now is just laying on the ground with an exhausted Dormon on him.
The classic T-posing tamer with the Digimon on their chest.
Oh, that was fun, especially the part where I swooped down and I picked you up, Taisto. Shipmon was pretty cool.
Just glare at the mention of fun.
I needed some time off, some breather.
I mean, yeah, Sheeple really came in handy, and and I never thought that you'd be able to dodge all those laser beams, but you were really cool, and Sheeple too.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I think Taisto is gonna go and talk to Kagayaki as he's exhausted. Let's see if there's anything.
I was just gonna say,
quick.
I think Sonia gains influence over you, and marks the potential, or one box on the balance track.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking terrifying.
By the way, how many times have I helped people in this? At least once or twice. And talk about the darkness, I think the comforting part should come for this, right?
Yeah, so I think you definitely talked to Pillowmon when she was upset about... Well, she wasn't really too upset about what happened, but you talked about the darkness as in Sonia's darkness rather than her darkness. So I guess that kind of counts. In terms of protecting innocence, you protected Taisto, but when I say innocence in that movie, I mean more like people who can't defend themselves.
Well, the military were running for their lives.
Yeah, that's true. So you protected them as a team. So mark 2 balance.
2 plus the 2 there, almost level up. Dang it. I still warrant you on innocent. What have you done?
Wait, why are you getting 4?
We have seen some shit.
So why are you getting 4, sorry?
Because, oh wait, excuse me, I just misread the thing. Blah, 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 blah. Ooh, just 1 box, so 3.
Yeah, so it's 1 box or 1 potential, your choice.
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry, Taisto, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Hey, Kagayaki.
Yeah.
Great work today. We really couldn't have done it without you. Seems like you were the only one who became powerful enough to stop Chimeramon, and the device you cooked up was also very useful. Thank you. You saved everyone's skins.
I'm still feeling generous today.
Thank you.
I
couldn't have done it without. I couldn't have done it without your distractions as well. There's no way I could have taken that head on.
Well, I mean, it was nothing. It's what we do. Anyway, should we go see to the cleanup? And Taisto basically offers a hand down to pull up the Kagayaki on the ground.
I take his hand and stand up.
All right, let's go.
Thanks,
and Tony, now that we have time in the session, I can do nice stuff.
And also that was a double team move.
Yeah, so you both gain influence over each other. Aka you can shift labels if you'd like to. And you mark a potential reach.
Yes.
I'll just let you go this time.
And we did. I did defeat the terrible, or we did defeat the terrible foe, so I get a potential from that.
Jesus Christ! I have
4. Which means I have
me.
2 moments of truth unlocked already. Oh boy.
I'm disgusted.
Someone help me! I have 4 conditions. I'm working anxiety.
Taisto's gonna hit Mega before other people hit Ultimate.
I mean, I literally just unlocked my mega moment of truth in your force speak.
I feel it would be preferable not to unlock Ultimate until we all go perfect. Otherwise, the power level will be fucked beyond repair.
I mean, I don't necessarily intend to actually use it. I have 2 moments of truth unlocked. I do have another one I want to also do. It would have actually been great. Like Chimera would have actually been a great opponent for that one, but that's not where the fiction went. I wanted to give like you more room.
I can finally got to W. Took him a while.
Clean win.
I feel like this
Alright,
is
let's see.
a very Kageyaki episode.
Yeah.
Yep. So do you wanna fuck my labels up?
Nah, you get away this time.
Oh. Oh, how should I fuck you up this time?
Fuck me
Is
up. Fuck me up.
Uh-huh.
Hey.
Oh, not like that. I think I want to... Oh, no, your labels are...
No looking at my labels. Fuck me up, baby.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have looked at them, but I did.
It's a lot funny if you don't. But holy
No,
fucking
but you know,
shit.
I don't want to be mean. It would diminish. I think I want to lower your unique and up your kind.
Lovely.
You're
Lower
welcome.
the thing that's useful. Make the thing that's absolutely...
Increase the useless thing. Yes, you're welcome.
Yes, make the thing I literally never roll.
Wow. So everybody's
Oh, no.
perception of Kageyaki now is that Kageyaki is an average human being.
Somehow, yes. Even though Kagayaki literally dealt with that doing shit only he could do, somehow he's average.
Like, nobody's viewing Kageyaki as like a shut-off mechanical douchebag anymore. They're just seeing him as a normal human, which is
Wow,
cool.
you've
No,
really
I mean-
improved.
I mean, I mean, there's like shifting labels it has like two meanings. Like one of them is how you view them, and then there's also you've said that it also means how you want them to be.
Yeah,
you know,
basically,
I
whenever
want
I
to
set
change.
labels, I see it as that way. Like, be that, please.
Yeah.
Which is funny considering the situation was only resolved because I was unique. You look at me, okay,
Yeah,
never again.
So when labels shift, it's
Actually, yeah.
it's-
Sorry. I do actually now that you pointed it out, I do actually want to change it. I want you to increase unique and lower superior.
Alright, I'll take that.
Yeah.
So now
It's
people view him
Kagayaki's
as not being
standoffishness.
better.
Standoffishness, and you know that's the issue, not necessarily his lack of kind. We'll get
It
to
was
the lack of
just so
kind
fucking
later.
hilarious. The dissonance there. Like, you saved us, never again.
Yes. Please stop.
I mean, that's
die.
how I feel every time you guys lower my reckless. It just makes my character more reckless because I need to do reckless stuff to get it back.
I know it's hilarious. Oh boy.
All right. Anyway, do you want to do a final cutscene, or do you just want to end here?
I'll do a final cutscene. So
Right.
I think we'll cut back to Myotismon's mansion, and we're gonna see the classic shot of Myotismon's dining room. He's going to be having a meal with Ice Devimon standing behind him as his butler. He's having a meal with the three Sorcerymon brothers.
Okay.
And they're discussing a business proposition. Myotismon is essentially he leans forward and he says to the three, "Now, down to business. So it's recently come to my attention that I should be helping the people of this land. And in order to do that, I need to secure a sizable fund of bits. I'm going to need to procure that from somewhere," he says as he takes a sip from his wine glass, which is blatantly filled with blood.
No.
And the Sorcerymon brothers say, "Well, we can provide you with bits if that's what you need, good friend, but we do ask that we get something in return. I know you have a priceless collection, and I've heard rumors of a certain artifact you're using, and I figured we could kill two birds with one stone, if you will. I hear you're using a sizable amount of bits to just simply hold in place some terrible demon, and, well, I could take the artifact that's projecting that demon off your hands and deal with it. And with that, you'll have a plethora of bits remaining to deal with whomever you wish. One of the sorcerymons say, as he takes a bite of steak. And you see like a pan shot of behind Mightusmon's shoulder is Impmon, like he doesn't laugh, but he like lets out like he lets his face betray him, and he like smirks a little bit. And you see Mightusmon eye that and see it, and he's like he contemplates, and you see like a flashback in his mind of you telling him that Ice Devimon's bad news, that they're betraying him and all this kind of stuff, and he's like, no, that item's off limits, I'm afraid. It's precious to me, shall we say, precious to the people of this area. And I think you see like Ice Devimon's face scoff a little bit at him not falling for the ploy. And another of the sorcerymons says, "Oh, come now, Mightusmon, we're trying to help you out. You say that you want what's best for your people, and what's best for your people is to get rid of this horrible monster and to have extra bits to... What was it? You wanted to create an uprising, correct? Against the people that put you in here. We can leave and enter freely. We are not virus-type Digimon, at least not by nature." And he taps like a small pendant on his waistcoat, and not waistcoat, whatever the big poncho thing is that the Wizardmons wear, and robes. That's it. And he says, "Perhaps we could sweeten the deal. Give you some of our magical artifacts that could help in your future endeavors." He unclips this pendant and slides it across the table and says, "With this pendant, the barrier might not see you as so evil, shall we say." And the sorcerymon takes another sip from his glass. And I think the final shot of the after scenes credits is a zoom in on Mightusmon's face as he contemplates the idea that he could leave and potentially take everyone with him. And his face sort of goes into this devilish smile as we cut to black.
Lovely. Lovely.
Auntie, I swear to God, if that artifact is what I think it is, I'm gonna punch you in the nads.
Hey,
What
I
the
never
fuck
said
are
that
you
I'd be a kind GM, just that I'd root for you, okay?
That artifact is obviously a piece of the stone.
Yes, of course.
Here.
It's
It couldn't be anything else.
It couldn't be anything else at all, no. Definitely not some artifact that the Wizardmons and the Sorcerymons would definitely be after, and it's been their plan the whole time. Definitely.
Oh my God.
But yeah, let's do experience, guys.
Oh, we should have checked the basement. God damn it.
So at the end of the session, everybody who participated gets one experience point, or one potential, sorry. If they wish to mark it, it's an optional potential.
Not to wish to mark it, I'm a man.
I want the potential, yes.
I'm a man, damn it.
Potential, and what else again?
So you can choose whether you have grown closer to the others, further away from the others, or into your own image of yourself, and explain why.
I don't know. Alright, tell me. I grown closer to Taisto this episode. Really? He's been there beside me the whole time, so yeah.
Okay, so give influence to that character over you, and clear one of your conditions.
Oh! Oh! You actually forgot to fuck my labels up as well.
Fuck, damn it. Forgot. I will fuck you up in the end. So I won't check because I'm not like that, you know. Which do I want you to be?
You're basically asking yourself, how do you want Tyster to act in future episodes?
Yes. Plus, savior, because I had to save you, but you could save me. And minus, I don't fucking know, unique.
Right. So you basically double made it so that I can't do that. So I guess it's a condition I get. Yay!
Yeah, you
Perfecto,
get to
perfecto.
choose a condition.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'll be hopeless. It's hopeless trying to withstand your fucking my labels up.
I do feel like we shouldn't be able to get conditions at the end of the session if it's not productive.
It's fine.
It's hopeless that you will ever live up to Sonia's expectations of you. She wants you to be too unique, or whatever.
No. She wants me to be +4 in Savior.
Yes,
that's so
and
much to
-3
ask.
in Unique.
You do that.
Yeah, you'll never be good enough to be this type of savior that Sonia
Nope.
needs you to be.
I mean, I can be pretty close. I can get like +5, or I could, if there wasn't a +4 cap. But I could theoretically get +4 in Savior. But anyway, Kageyaki.
Tyster, you get to fuck up Sonia's.
Oh
labels,
right,
don't
sir.
you?
I need to. I get to turn tables. Haha.
All the tables have tabled.
So what do you
Oh,
want
the
Sonia to
tables
do
have
more
tables.
of and less of in the next sessions?
I want to increase Sonia's superior, and I want to lower her reckless.
Well, yeah, sure. The minuses, why not? Bloop. I'm inverting the minuses.
And Kageyaki,
The minuses have been inverted.
What's your end of
Yes.
session choice?
This, guys, you may want to sit down because it's the only time you'll actually get to hear it. I grew closer to Tyster.
What?
Nani?
Record this.
The ship has sailed.
Could you repeat that? I didn't quite catch it.
I grew closer to my buddy friend Tyster.
How did they make you feel welcome? What was the key moment that got you there?
Well, for starters, the fact that we had to work together to save everyone, and also that little talk after the fight.
Cool. So give Tysto influence over you. I'm assuming they already have it, in which case they can fuck you up.
Yep, for the second time today.
and,
I'll also
Clear a condition.
Yeah, I'll clear. I'm not sure what I'll clear. Probably insecure, as I said today. And they also tend to defend a lot, so it's useful. Good, not fuck me up.
Right, let's fuck you up. So, plus kind down superior.
Lovely.
Yay,
We're
everyone
so
sees him as a
nice.
normal human being who isn't better than everyone.
Finally.
God, what the fuck are these labels?
I like how you have a
you
double
tried being
3.
less of a robot?
What am I looking at?
That 3 unique looks incredibly weird next to the 3 savior.
It does, because one of the two is enhanced, so it's slightly larger.
But at least we've learned to love Kageyaki as the unique person he is. Anyway, is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
All right, let's go with have grown closer to Kageyaki. Yes, that is correct.
My God!
Nandi!
Yes, who would have guessed?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I liked the Taisto Kagayaki interactions in this episode,
Yeah.
and I agree that their teamwork this time was exceptional, and they actually managed to also actually talk to each other for once, now that we had the time for it.
We are, after all, the only relevant people in the campaign. I mean,
Mhm.
No, Sonia was there. Sonia did relevant
exactly,
things.
Sonia was there, I agree.
So,
Man,
clear a condition.
one day.
Preferably not the one you just marked, but one of the ones you got in the session. And give influence to you over Kageaki, which means he gets to fuck you up.
That's a very good question. What do I want? Fuck up. I also wasn't paying attention to what you fucked up earlier, so there's also that. You will probably take a condition.
Yes.
Mine's reckless as always.
Of course.
Yeah, stop me there if it's impossible. Okay, he didn't stop me. Minus reckless plus. That's a very good question. Plus what?
Less friendship.
If I say plus kind, can I have it be interpreted as stop provoking the enemy when you don't have to?
Guess.
Then plus kind. Please stop scratching in the face whenever we're trying to negotiate.
So Taisto turns out that he's the kindest of everybody in the group now.
Low bar.
Well,
Oh, I didn't fuck you up too much.
Okay, so before we wrap up, what do you want to see next time on the next episode of Digimon, other than, everyone actually showing up?
Well, in the dark area, so we could have Sonia's moment of truth.
I'd like to see Mistimon for once.
Yeah, that's fair, yes. And your crest is really fucking easy to activate as well. It's literally just in Gabunga.
I mean, you definitely can have Mistimon show up. That's just, you need to do something courageous. And you did do something courageous in the session, you just didn't mention you wanted to Digivolve, so...
Yeah, I wanted to give Kagayaki some space.
That's fine. So yeah, I can give you a situation where Digivolution is necessary.
I'm gonna die.
We get to beat up Bandemon? Oh, wow. No, well, others, what do you want to see?
No, that's a good question. Vandemon is one of the few people we can actually negotiate with, so I'd rather not have to fight, if possible.
I mean, we'll just knock some sense into him. It's fine.
that's how it works. Personally, well, on a level that I probably can't control myself, I'd like Sonia to face an inner demon, like someone of her own faults, maybe. Because I think she's kind of doubtful of the adults, and she always had a bit of a bitter spot towards just random adults that do whatever the fuck they want, and seeing how they acted, and they clearly didn't act in kindness. Seeing the big evil dude whose name is evil because he's so evil, she might have to think about things.
Okay, so you're gonna have like a inner contemplation part of the session. Are you gonna be like sharing that spotlight and like talking about it with everybody, or are you just gonna be like sort of internally dealing with that stuff?
Well, it depends what's going on, I guess. For now, I'd probably just be thinking about it, but if depending on what the soldiers do, she might have to maybe have a talk or reconsider things.
They currently lost their base, so they're gonna need a way to like a place to stay.
Eventually, we'll probably get them to Icon City, no?
I mean, it'd be difficult
Not-
to get them there at the moment, just because of
Eventually.
how far away you are. But I mean, you could potentially have
How
them live
how
under
many were
Vandal.
they?
Pardon, sorry?
How many were they in the base?
A lot of people. I'd say about 50 odd people.
50 people.
They have like
So-
a military task force. They have various scientists, doctors, and other.
I guess
Professionals.
Kagayaki is really important, huh?
Would Digimon's village be big enough for 50 people, or is it too small for that?
Sorry, would what be big enough for 60 people?
Digimon's village.
Sorry, I couldn't hear someone talking.
Digimon's village for temporary
Digimon,
housing.
yes, Digimon.
Oh, Digimon's village. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think Digimon's village would be able to house some of them, but not all of them. It's quite a small town, especially because they don't have a lot of resources there unless they like start foraging the trees more. I think a sensible thing would be to split them between Digimon and Vandimon somewhat, because Vandimon's obviously securing the funds necessary to create something for the people that he's supposed to be leading.
Yeah, and so we also need some researchers for Vandemon to actually help cultivate the land a bit.
Yeah, exactly. So that could definitely be something that we do.
We also need to actually start find an open window of opportunity to start teaching them the language so they can communicate without us.
Yeah, exactly. You can start doing inventing your translator text-to-speech thing. Okay, cool. And I think in the next episode, I think we haven't heard from Karamon enough recently, so I'm going to say Karamon shows his ugly face.
I don't like the combination of events for next episode.
That's going to be a fine session.
This is fine.
I expect you to be there, Sonia, so I can mess with you.
You know what? I want
When
to-
has Sonia
maybe.
ever missed a session?
She hasn't. She's probably one of the, I think it's
The only one.
It's Elephant and Eleanor have both never missed a
I've-
session.
Oh, I've missed one because I was asleep.
Oh, you've missed one. Okay, so yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
well,
Elephant. Elephant's the only one that's made every single session.
It's extra
Not
funny
true.
because the only time I missed a session, I literally
I've
have
also
no
been
excuse.
there every time.
I am the bestest boy.
I was literally just asleep at
Happens
9
to-
fucking p.m.
Gold star for Elephant.
I've also been in every session.
No, you missed one.
No. Nope, I've never missed a session. The one time I would have missed a session, it was cancelled anyway.
I just remembered you saying that you had something else that you needed to take care of and you couldn't come to one of the sessions. So I just had that in my head. If you've made every session and the one that you couldn't make got cancelled, then that's fine. You've been to every session as well.
Well,
Both
you're
of you gold stars.
cheating.
Both of you gold
You
stars.
know,
And it would have been cancelled without my influence as well. So there's that. It didn't get cancelled because of me.
Yeah, I'm going to say now, from now on, sessions aren't going to be cancelled by people not showing up, because at that point, every time Zach sleeps in or Ivo can't make it for whatever reason, it just shuts down.
it's fine,
and
but
Yeah, prepare for 3 of the series, basically.
yeah,
The other ones on the extras at this point.
basically because you three are the consistent ones. Like, we will be progressing the story. I don't want to punish you guys because other people aren't showing up, basically. And obviously I would like it if they did show up. It's
It
just
also
I would.
kinda helps how we have the most relevant partners.
yeah.
So we're not missing any heavy lore.
Yeah, I don't want to be caught in flashback hell again, basically.
I just wanted to say, Anthony, thank you for that. That sessions won't be cancelled anymore. It's
Yes, Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I feel
understand
like
if it was less frequent, but you know it's very
it's
frequent.
very,
that we have
very
to
frequent.
reschedule.
I'm getting super frustrated at it. I'm not gonna lie.
And
I understand. I understand.
and also, I'm also not gonna lie. Having three players gives the players or the characters a lot more time and room to do interesting stuff.
Yeah, the
Having
main issue
4 to
is
5
we can only fight.
characters- in a 3-hour time slot is a bit.
Yeah.
True.
I mean,
Yeah, the only issue is we're slightly weaker in a fight.
Generally speaking, Powered by the Apocalypse systems work better in groups of 3 or 4, and having 5 is a lot to juggle quite a lot of the time, especially with a 3-hour slot. I would ideally like 4 hours, but time zones don't allow it. So I do my best to try and give everyone spotlight when we do have full party sessions. It's just difficult sometimes. So I do apologise if at any point you've had to take a back seat because I've been focusing on just giving someone else the spotlight.
No.
It's perfectly fine. That's not really what I meant. It's more that it just gets stretched out, and that's fine when there's like when Zachary does show up. I mean, it's perfectly reasonable that Zachary gets a lot of time then when he is there, but it does sometimes get a bit crowded. So
No, I completely get what you're saying. I mean, it does frustrate me as well when people don't turn up, because I do plan things for the characters to encounter and do, and then when they don't show up, like I kind of have to on the fly get rid of that and put it somewhere else. Which is basically what happened with Ice Digimon. I was going to have you encounter him in the whole part where you're protecting the Gaiamon statue, but I decided to have him leave because he's like part of Zachary's backstory more than anybody else's.
Yeah. That's been a while now.
Eventually we'll get to that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He'll have to fucking work the ultimate by the time we actually deal with him.
And I also want to explore a lot more of Ivo's backstory, just because we don't know a lot about him because of how quiet he can be sometimes. And he has been coming out of his shell a lot more, and he was a bit more talkative this session. It's just his power cuts out.
It's true. That's a shame because he was so close to leveling up.
Yeah, he was very, very close. He kept rolling 10s. I was like, "Come on, man, you need to fail. Mark that potential."
But he did participate, so he does get a potential.
He does get a potential, yeah. So he does level up. That's a good point.
We should remind him. I'll remind him.
I'll send a chat now just to.
Quick, tick your box.
At Ivo.
Tick your box. Also, I should probably replace Tysto with Hol's important argument ending information because it's too niche. With we fuck someone up at the end of the season.
That's just a free space.
Wait, how did you guys? How did you guys update your pictures as you were going, or did you just post them with all the crossouts at the end? I'm very confused.
I use GIMP and I just cross out and I'm saving it every time.
Yeah, I just make a copy and edit over it.
I tend not to look at the chat as much while I'm doing the session because it can distract me. So like,
fair enough.
I literally left with both of you posting your blank versions of your squares, and then I came back to the chat and just saw the 2 with the lines on, and I was like, "Did you update your images in real time?"
In real time, but I didn't post them.
Yeah.
I just said, "Oh, bingo space."
Out of curiosity, what does Dorumon acts like a Dorumon mean?
Dorumon. Mom.
Oh, Dorumon. Oh, wow. Okay.
He didn't have time for that, sadly.
So at this point, I'm the mom.
Yeah, you were.
He's
really,
like, no.
You were looking after Dorumon when he had his little breakdown.
I am also glad that the people were fucking reasonable, with the exception of the obvious one.
Yeah, I did a heel pivot. I was originally gonna have Kageyaki's dad be the villain, and then I decided against it at like the last second, and pivoted into him being a reasonable man with questionable colleagues. Is the way I'll put it.
The way to hell is spelled with good intention.
Exactly.
Well, it's still approved of bad things, so it's not all white, all sunshine and reboots.
So now that the question will be brought up, I wonder how the teacher is doing because he can't communicate with anything near him.
Yeah, I mean, he is an explorer and a survivalist expert, so I'd hope those skills would come in handy and he'd show up.
Also, he seems super quirky, so I'm sure he'll be best friends with some Digimon anyways.
Basically, we need to call back at Icon Village and teach them how to create a a panel that says "We're here to help" in English.
SOS.
Because otherwise he won't understand.
Yeah, I do want to do a funny after scenes credits scene with him eventually.
Literally just him beating up a Digimon.
I am setting up things for him in my head. It's just I haven't executed them yet.
Yeah.
But
Well,
where is Einari?
he's dead.
Einar is
killed
coming
him.
soon, don't
You
worry.
take that back.
Einar is coming soon, don't worry.
Einar is trying to treat his dropped kidney. He has kidney failure from my knee.
Yeah. Was fatal.
It's fatal if he doesn't deal with it, so he has
You
to deal with
better
it.
hope
Not
that's not
only
true.
does he have a failed kidney from being kneed by Kageaki, and not only does he have bruising around the neck from being choked out by Zachary, but he's also got carpet burn from being dragged across the desert floor by Impmon.
Oh my god, yeah.
On top of like definitely fucked up lungs from inhaling all
boy.
that smoke. There's also
Einar just seems very unlucky, I'm not gonna lie.
Einar is more of a tragedy than tragedy, basically. We don't have a character named Tragedy who is far less tragic. And I will talk to him. I swear.
Will you talk to him using your knee?
Hopefully not, because he's metal now.
Oh, yeah,
No,
true.
he got brainwashed again, though we don't know that.
I'm talking about
He's talking about
Higeki.
Higeki.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was just saying.
I had
I was meaning, is Taista gonna be able to get payback and use his knee?
please don't.
I'm really sorry, Higeki. I'm sure someone will explain this to you eventually. Knees in the stomach.
The poor guy is just standing there. What happened?
Just some poor guy that lost his legs in an explosion. You knee him in the stomach. You horrible, horrible person, Taista. Anyway,
But yeah,
I haven't needed
once I
him
actually
yet.
once I actually find any window of opportunity, I talk to him, but there are more pressing concerns.
yeah, I want to actually ask as well. Maybe I'll ask next session because obviously we're getting quite late. I was going to ask why you were hiding from him. Are you like not on speaking terms, or hiding from him because you're embarrassed about what happened, or is it more you just didn't want to get into that right now type thing?
I have a lot on my mind already in character, and there's also another part of the backstory that eventually will be revealed, maybe, perhaps.
Okay, well,
That basically shows he was trying to be upbeat, but occasionally revealed that he was scared of inventions at that point, which basically made me cut ties with him out of guilt.
right. Okay, that makes sense. I will. I'll bear that in mind for next session to sort of show all that off a little bit more.
And it's a kind of wound that I was not about to open while Dortmund was having a fucking panic attack.
Yeah.
Not the time.
Yeah, not the time for a awkward reunion. Okay, cool. Well, it's getting quite late. I know that you guys are an hour ahead of me, so I'm happy to end the session and call it a day. Thanks for showing up as always. You guys are always very consistent, and I appreciate you being here.
I'll
Thanks
do
for
my
the
best.
game. It was really fun as always, and I really like being with you guys.
I
It's fun.
just want to ask as well, because people didn't actually reply properly. Are we swapping to Thursdays, or are we still doing Sundays?
I don't fucking know.
I can't do Thursday, and I would appreciate my Sunday being free for obvious reasons. It's a fucking Sunday.
Yeah, I don't mind what day we really do it on, so long as it's not a Wednesday. So
You know, it's a lot easier to want to have people want to do shit on Sunday rather than Thursday.
yeah, maybe I'll put another vote in the when is next session bit and just like ask, do we want to do it on Sundays or on Thursdays, or alternate like we used to, or whatever. And what would be easy for people to make, and that way we can sort of just.
I think it's better if it's every day of the week, the same day. Because alternating is always a bit confusing, and I know
Yeah, I agree.
like time zones are already confusing enough as is. So it's like, oh, is it a Thursday
It's
week?
infinitely better to
We
have
now
a set
we have
day.
events, which helps with the time zone thing.
Yeah, it's just infinitely better to have a set day and schedule if that day gets fucked. As opposed to just doing it whenever.
Yeah.
So Thursday sounds good.
Sure.
Like
The
nobody.
people that actually join, yes. And I've also said he can.
Yeah, it's only Logan, and you died. Didn't say. Doesn't know. No preference, I guess.
So that's no preference, since it wasn't a no.
Yeah, it's a no preference. It was mostly like I don't know when the next session is because I also don't know what the plan was.
So
Thursday
Thursday
it is.
Thursday it is. Yeah.
Okay, Thursday sounds good. Next session is
Set in
Thursday
stone.
next week.
Then I can inform my friends that I am actually free on Sundays now.
Because
Yeah.
Sunday's also a bad day for me, just because me and my wife always go out on weekends, and we never know when we're going to be home. So, like
Yeah, it
Sunday,
makes sense.
it makes it difficult for me. The only reason that I did Sunday was because of like the week not being free, basically.
But people who went...
I mean,
like,
Sunday.
Ideally,
Days are also pretty bad for me because of events, which might take like 3 events in a weekend, and
Yeah.
I'd like to leave at some point as well.
I mean, ideally, I would have liked to have done Friday evenings just because it's nice after work and leads into the weekend and whatnot. But if Friday evening doesn't work, still Thursday works.
Friday is a set day for another D&D group, and
Right. Okay.
we play from around 4 to 6 p.m. till the night, so yeah.
Okay, that
It doesn't happen.
That's fine if it doesn't work. We could just do Thursday.
Yeah, it doesn't happen every week, but trying to have something set on that day will not work.
Okay, that's fine. So Thursday it is then. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, thanks guys. I'm gonna head off now because it's getting late. And
Yep.
I'll catch you
Yeah,
guys
See you
same.
next time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.